Alright, here we are with Godbound, Evicting Epistle, Season 1, Episode 11. It is October 2018, I am Devin the referee, and to my left we have...
Nicole playing Thea.
Tyler playing Mattiel.
Kevin playing the Crimson Marquis.
Peter as Azazel the Goat-Headed.
Mark as Lothar.
Guys, what happened last session?
We crushed the resistance in the north.
And we met Smoon.
We went to the new Elder Guard.
You did. Normal Elder Guard.
Normal Elder Guard?
New Elder Guards and Stars without numbers.
Ah.
That's why it's new. It's a reference.
Okay. I guess I'll correct my notes then.
You should do that. You should make sure they're accurate.
I know
it's hard for you.
They were pretty much open to the idea of us starting up our little temples and Thea setting up the Theaweb and me going and united in our universal love of killing, the idea of killing the Hyperrails.
Yes, it would be awfully great if the Resistance's souls didn't go to screaming, burning hell forever, even the babies. It would be awfully nice. That's a pretty good trade-off.
Yep.
Well,
you really had them by the balls on that one.
You think?
I was gonna ask, so speaking of which, not going to hell, when did we start looking around for getting stuff to make a paradise?
I honestly don't know. It's never come up.
We could always ask Faust.
I mean, you could ask Faust, but Faust and myself have not read the Godbound Deluxe section on that. So he's going to give you the same answer.
Well, you need either find the heaven that already exists, or you need to have the seed, and then pump it full of the minion, and make it.
Can you build a seed? Probably with quests.
Probably will be a giant quest.
The two things are either go into heaven itself and find an area that's been, emptied out, or empty it out yourself, or you find a heaven shard and make your own piece of heaven.
Well, why don't you go up to the cosmos above and just tear down a part of it into your own little heaven?
Yeah, it's going to work differently because we're in a setting that isn't Arsum, so...
No, there's totally a heaven.
Oh, yeah, I just mean that, Arsum specifically is built around how heavens work in this game, so... Yeah.
So is the Epistle. If you go straight up and there's that hole where the giant machine world is, that's technically heaven. It's full of grinding gears and pissed off angels. They're not angels in the D&D sense, though. They're more like angels in the Hellraiser sense. Demon to some, angel to other. But they are pissed off. At you. General you.
That's fine.
Everything that isn't them. So, with that excellent and succinct recap done, let's start the session off with something everyone's been waiting for, the end of the Resistance.
Yay!
Let me just get the music on. Alright. The five of you, in various states of injury and effort suspended, stand at the bottom of the Dead God Corpus Cathedral, a H.R. Giger-esque shrine of nightmares that's like 2,000 feet below the surface of the world. To get there, you had to go through the Cave of Sightless, Eye-Hungry Monsters, which were full of, opaque golem-like creatures and orcs from D&D and stuff. To get through that, you had to go through a sunken church to dead and nameless gods you guys didn't know. And to get to that, you had to go through a cave full of goblins. Not epistle goblins. You guys who know what goblins are were like, oh, hey, these are just normal, Outworld goblins. And people were like, what are Outworld goblins? They're goblins that came from worlds other than the Abyssal. Look, they're small and green, and they like fire.
They're
They're
less
not
terrible.
garbage.
Yeah, they're not a living social and physical curse on the world.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, and outside that cave were equal representations from all of your cults throwing a tailgate party because everyone found a giant dungeon that was resisting you, and we're like, come on, gods, do the dungeon! Do it! Because it'd be fun. Acer and Thay was blindfolding a lot of those goat people, and they were spinning them around and then pushing them into each other like pinatas and making them fight, and betting money on it. Money they made out of honeycombs they dipped in metal. They call them honeycomb bits. So yeah, you guys ran through the dungeon, you got to the bottom, and you were able to get through all the traps and monsters and horrors underneath to get to the Dread Flesh God's tomb, which is a vampire sarcophagus that is empty. When somebody remembers something very important about this dungeon.
Oh, my bad. I built this. I've been resisting us, guys.
Traitor!
What?
Yeah, this is from a few lifetimes back. Guess it got brought back with all the other things.
There's like stalagmites made of like acid dripping into lava vents that skulls would spray out onto you guys and have been doing in previous parts of the dungeon. There's a sarcophagus covered in a giant, like an actual giant, like size category Colossus's hands holding it clutched to its heart, with its mouth open, with bats hanging out in there that have long since died of being hungry.
Yeah, now that I've sort of looked around, this definitely has a Crimson Marquee feel to it, to this place.
I told you all I was an architect, so yeah, this was one of my creations when I was going through a phase.
Whoa! Whoa!
Behind the boss fight.
And then the Tyrannosaurus Rex comes up.
And I'm the boss fight.
So yeah, they'd open the coffin and I'd be inside and just be like, I'm here, so...
There's like 17 great swords behind the coffin that look like they were ready to levitate out.
Well, I mean, we've come all this way. Like, would you mind?
I would, actually. Here, let me just... He goes over to a statue and just kind of pushes the eyes in, and there's a click. And all the traps turn off. Literally every single one in the dungeon.
The spinal column and ribcage of the giant turn upside down and lift up and become the elevator that lifts you out of the dungeon to behind the cave you entered. Like, it's not, you don't have to go on it now, but...
Convenient.
Yeah, originally there was going to be a whole other project where you defeat me here, and it turns out that was just like an illusion of me, and I had a flashlight way, way down underneath in like a harder dungeon. Then I found out that I thought about it, and it was like, that sounds really stupid, so I moved on to better things.
I got bored.
Like being a paladin.
Well then.
So congrats, we've defeated everything resisting us in the north.
Yay.
Well done, us.
Hooray.
So what's the plan now? Expand the city or something?
Oh, eventually.
There's one Acer and Faye left behind that is stark naked because Thea kept bringing him back, but not his clothes.
To be
He's just drinking.
What?
You brought Acer and Faye with you to go dungeon delving. He kept walking in front of you guys and triggering all the traps. And then you just use health to bring them back.
Alright.
He has a 10-foot pole in his hand.
Sorry about that, that Aetherin.
No, it's what I'm here for. That's what you do. You take hirelings in to go ahead of you. If they die before you get to the final boss, they don't soak up your fraction of the XP. We get that XP, right? We defeated you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you get it through, like, casting spells.
I'm Elven, so I only get fractional, but I can take another level of Bard. It's unique to my race.
The Marquis
The
just...
big Bard.
The Marquis just kind of glances around. He's like, good times. Then he just gets in the elevator and leaves.
Everyone get on the elevator. The last resistor in the north has fallen. You guys.
Hooray.
All of us.
So we are our own worst enemy.
It was a joint effort. Well, we went through like the mirror room. That was supposed to be representational of how we're our own worst enemies. I never got that spell working.
Why did you write down what is a man but a miserable pile of secrets on like every...
Oh, riddles, here and there. Some of them didn't even mean anything. There was one that was just like...
We're all the
Doubt.
answers told.
Doubt. Painted on a wall, and it meant nothing, but
Oh, doubt rooms. Nice. I read about that in one of your books.
Did I read books?
Yeah, like, he takes out... next to his Guide to Elves, Guide to Spellcasters, the Dungeon Master's Guide, he has... Count Darkfang's Guide to Dungeons.
Oh.
You wrote it under a pseudonym so no one would guess your true name.
Yeah.
But if you line up the spine with Moonlight written on the Autumn Nights, it reveals it in Elven runes. And there's like 3 keys you have to find at a gate that would lead to your final dungeon. People ran through it. A lot of people died. You didn't put an end to it, you just looped it back into a bunch of rooms. Dick move. Good move.
The Marquis just kind of smiles nostalgically and moves on.
No, he's like, there's a drawing of like, it's just a 10 by 10 room where the door shuts behind them and written on the wall says, doubt.
It was like the most lethal trap in the dungeon.
Yeah. No doubt.
So yeah, what do we do next?
Yeah, you have no one resisting you in the north for your dominion changes. You can do whatever you want now and no one can fight back. You killed them all.
I mean, more can move in, and then we kill them too before they had
I don't think more are going to move in a timely manner.
Well, I think we can certainly have our cults explore and start looking for additional people to recruit. Can expand the city some.
You just breed more. That's easier.
Oh yes, because that's what we want more of in the city. Your bread abominations.
I mean, if you want souls, that's the easiest way to get them.
Could go on a raid, free a village, steal resources.
You wish to speak to the women of the machine, did you not?
Not if we built our own Shadow Dome.
The Shadow Dome is coming online, but there's key components that are missing that will let it actually come up. Unmanufacturable ones that you just don't have the insight into.
Yeah, they may most likely be the best women to go to regarding the final bits needed.
Yeah, they could at least put us on the right track. That's a good idea.
Rather than leaving it to collect dust for several more years.
I just spent $1 million to move the mountain.
Yeah, you all did. You all pitched in.
Yeah, just one Dominini.
You all pitched in a little to move the mountain away from the Smurf field.
The Avatar tree.
Oh, Cruiser Marquis, your phone rings.
Oh.
Like, it doesn't ring like, oh, you'll take a call. It's just that you missed a message from Texomalis.
Oh, I have to take this. Excuse me. Goes into a side room and just, answers.
Are you guys still out here in the dungeon where people are tailgate partying?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are asking questions. Like, your cults are coming up to you. It's like, how did it go? Who was the final boss?
I'm going to weave an elaborate tale of defeating a master vampire.
With dancing?
With dancing.
Awesome.
As per usual. Dancing and weather.
Everyone is focusing on you as you have light effects from the storm behind you.
Yeah. The Marquis has, the door of the room he's in partially ajar, so, Texomeals can hear the party over the phone. It's like,
Was I not invited?
no, you weren't.
We're not friends.
So yeah, I'll phone him up again.
Hello, tyrantling.
Oh. What a charming name. How are you, dear Texomalis?
Perfect as always. I received the components you shipped down. We're still working on the final assembly and finding a location as you specified.
Excellent. And what do you think of all this? Is it to your liking?
I think this plan could only have been more perfect were it birthed from my own hands. It is an absolute smite against everything wrong with creation.
High praise coming from you. I will send in further modifications as they come up.
Of course it's high. As are deft my hands at constructing, so too is my voice at soothing the soul of my... He looks like he's going to say the word contemporaries on the bid phone, but he says assistants. Highest of praise.
Music to my ears, my dear. I'll keep in contact.
There's many arms ticking on the vid phone.
Do take care. Send my regards to my followers in your lands.
Oh, poor buddies.
He wasn't always a god.
It rains boiling oil there, man.
Yeah.
At least
Texomalis hangs up.
the sun don't shine.
He gets back to the party.
Very good. Everyone's cheering. Everyone's super happy. This is a good day.
What a lovely day.
What a lovely, lovely day.
Well, that's not ominous.
Bom, bom, bom.
So, Women of the Machine?
Yeah, let's go.
Excellent. So I suppose we'll finish partying.
On the party boat. Whoop whoop.
We move the party back to the city after a few days.
All right. So which one of the machine outposts are you going to? There are like 3 or 4.
The closest ones, that's in the mountain.
Is anyone known for having shadow domes that do airships or flying machines specifically, or specialize in them?
Not really. They all kind of try to focus in on that stuff. Like all 3 of the machine sites focus on walker mechs because They have a lot of problems they have to deal with that are big. Like, you know, all the Titans you've been fighting? They have to fight those as mortals in mechs.
It's a badass kaiju battle every time.
Yeah, it is. It's very much Pacific Rim. That's where the term Shatterdome comes from. The mech
The mecha.
machine shop. The mech machine shop were called Shatterdomes, and that's where I took it from. So any one of them could possibly service that. Though, if you wanted to be tactical about it, if you went to the one that was the most isolated, you could probably convince them to strip down and move over to your city.
Some of them might not be opposed.
So one's in the desert, one's south of Unity, and the last one beats.
The last one is in the top left-hand corner at the edge of the world.
Jeez, that's isolated.
In the north, in the Shemzeroth territories.
Well, yeah, convincing them to join us might be a really good way to get our hands on their parts.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
So which one are we going to?
Well,
Most isolated. Upper left.
okay, I was going to suggest the ones near Unity, so if Unity spreads, they won't have to be there.
Oh, they won't.
They won't be there, or Unity won't spread?
Yes.
Extermination.
Are we the baddies?
You see, you keep asking that as if the term good or bad means anything. Alright.
Evil is just live, spelled backwards, and we all want to do that.
What is evil?
Next time, invite Pam.
So, the one near Unity, then? Or the
Top left?
The top left one, yeah.
I think, if most isolated has the best chance of joining us, then. Let's go most isolated.
It's not like by joining us, they're not allowed to, like, hang out with their other friends or anything.
It might be nice to have a city to go to once in a while.
Just put the city right there. Plop.
Alright, you point the kitten to the north
East. West.
west. See, I do it. And start flying. It's large, vast amounts of water because the ocean is pretty big. There are small islands here and there, not big enough to be on a map. There are reefs that stick out of the water. There are spires of like underwater civilizations kind of building up because there's underwater civilizations. Large animals, the shadows of titanic sea creatures underneath that, again, you guys don't deal with because you're land-based people. In the middle of the frozen north.
People.
There are surf striders, which are large behemoth-like whale creatures that have big flotation-like legs that walk on the surface of the ocean as if it was a solid surface. They just kind of bellow and create mist and have seagulls picking at them. Gentle giants. And yeah, eventually it gets colder and colder, and the sky starts to get thinner. Like, it looks like a normal sky on the Epistle, but the closer you get to the edge, the more that kind of goes more and more transparent, and you see the howling void of chaos all around you. Because it's not quite as permeable, it's more permeable at the edge of the map. Because it's an actual edge of the actual map.
We should convince Boss to, shore that up.
We should beat him against his anvil until he dies and do it ourselves.
Saucy. Yeah, eventually there is a single island furthest away in the corner of the world that has one of those lighthouses from Elderguard. It looks old and failing, and it's not quite, it isn't in the best condition. And yeah, as you're flying above, doing a really big bird's eye view, you see just kind of encroached into the mountains and across hilltops and stuff is a large mechanical structure covered in snow that has lights going on it, and there's large valleys and trenches cut around it. There are gun emplacements. There are actual trenches put in, and there are tanks and artillery cannons and wagons and a city kind of built around it. there's scorch marks and like frozen blood and gore kind of everywhere, packed over by snow. So like there's like a black to purplish hue kind of the area just from layers and layers of stuff building on, and powder burns all over.
Did we bring a gift this time around?
Oh, very good.
He just kind of stares off into the distance. 'Cause it doesn't really matter.
We got some children's teeth?
I mean, jars of honey or something. They live in the frozen north where they probably have no nice things.
This island also is the terminus of the plate, so like you could walk to the edge of the island and just boop, fall off, like off the world. Like, you know.
Yeah, can we bring them some honey? Is that...
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
So bring some honey and some bears.
They have like kids and stuff too, I imagine. So the Marquis gets together like care packages of like, you know, small things from the city. Yeah, shoes, shirts from the city, toys.
Lothar will bring, of course, a squad of his proselytizing flying birdmen.
Birdman.
They bring some stuff for the city, but it's all mostly crap because they're poor.
It's true. It's true. They are poor.
Yeah. I'm bringing my plant vampires, and they'll be the ones sending me gifts because they're the most, you know, aesthetically pleasing.
It's fair. It's very true.
Hey y'all. We got some shoes?
I'll hand out honey and candy. Honey candy.
And miracles of health.
And miracles of health. Well, not miracles.
Free healthcare.
Yeah.
I'll bring some weather mages to subdue the elements around here, make it a bit more habitable.
You notice the air's thinner here. Like, it's noticeably colder and thinner, like you're up in high mountains, just from being this close to the edge of the map.
I'll just plant them in the forest, right here.
Yeah.
That's how you sit
The ground is also covered with craters. It looks like debris from chaos kind of makes it through the defenses and smashes into here pretty frequently. So there's like meteors and like asteroid impact craters, and every once in a while when you're looking at one, like some of the newer, fresher ones, I think they're only a couple like days old. One of them, like the meteor inside, is moving and writhing, and like parts of it are starting to like get legs and like lift up and like try to like hatch itself.
Like those vampires that we saw in the city?
Like those, but these are alive.
Yeah.
So what tack should we take?
I'm sorry?
I mean, what should our negotiating strategy be?
Invite them to a city full of amenities and warmth. Technological advances, safety. We have a lot to offer them. I dare say, with our powers combined, we could move their entire base into the city itself. They wouldn't lose anything, except for privacy. And who needs that?
You gestured at Thea when you said that.
I mean, yeah.
We'd have to let them ply their trade.
Oh,
It
yes,
could
of
be
course.
problematic.
Well, them being mercenaries?
Every good city needs a mercenary squad. I mean, would they butt heads with yours?
I suppose we could offer them more opportunities in our location.
An allegiance between your soldiers of fortune and theirs could also be a possibility.
That's true. Okay. What motivates the women of the machine? Is it safety, security,
Survival.
glory in combat, survival?
Probably.
Is that it?
I mean, everyone from the future colony is like, hey, we came back here to survive.
Is this Azazel?
Yeah? Well,
Because I think this is in character, so
No.
it's a good in character moment.
probably want to survive like everyone from the future. And then thrive eventually. Weren't they the more scrappier of the future people that came back?
Brave warriors, yes, all of them.
No, I mean that they piggyback on everybody else rather than making their own project.
Somewhat, yes. A good leader would likely be a boon to them.
I don't really know anything about them.
They killed Toddbringer.
Oh, I do know one thing about them. I forgot that these were the ones I like.
The many groups that came from the future, they are one of the ones with the most righteous manner of violence. They apply it to all the right people, I find.
I mean, seems that a lot of future people think of themselves as righteous. I mean, Helldivers kill Hell. That's sort of righteous.
As someone who spent many years with a Helldiver, they might be on the right side, but I would never call them righteous.
Why not?
Because they don't care about incidentals or human lives other than than what's in their faction.
No, they fight only to prove their superiority, right?
They fight because they're fighters, yes.
To satisfy a concept of external cultural honor. They're a gentocracy.
I believe it would be best to speak with them before coming to major conclusions about their nature and the substance of their being.
If you're looking for altruism, I think you'll be gravely disappointed in literally everyone who's ever existed.
Especially this early on.
People are naturally selfish.
People
People don't have much.
do things for the betterment of themselves and the people they care about, just as a fact of people.
I'm just looking for commonality between us and women, ways to build bridges.
You yourself are a woman. There, it's already a bridge
That's
there.
our word.
Worked with them in the past.
You're a warrior woman at that. You would likely have the most in common with them next to Lothar, who is also a soldier.
All right. Well, should we give them our honey?
Yes. Yes, let's go in for a landing.
Alright, you come near the Shatter Dome, it opens up one of its angled docking ports because you're clearly not a monster. Duh.
Clearly not savages.
Yeah, you're in a ship. So yeah, you're allowed to dock. Plus it's a woman on the machine ship, obviously, or when they scavenge, they know.
Let's
can
cruise
tell.
line up.
So... Nope, that's combat music. Don't put that on. Alright, it looks like a big industrial manufacturing facility on the inside. Probably the hardest tech, but the lowest kind of tech level. Like gears and pistons and bare walls and swelders and power plants and cables. It looks like the mech facility from Pacific Rim. That's what the Shadow Dome looks like on the inside. It is vulgarly mechanical. But you can see hints of the sort of, spiritual technology that makes it run. Just, it's all in that purview. That's the kind of aesthetic of it. And there's thousands of people in here. They're running around, they're moving across these huge titanic mange-patterned frames. 20, 30 meters tall, covered in armored plating with weaponry adorning them. Psycho-spiritual prosthesis and hammers of the gods and stuff, just, in them. Weapon racks for titanic beings are sitting on the side and they're being welded and worked on and riveted and repaired by crew. This place is a ant hive of activity.
I can dig it.
And there is indeed a countdown clock on one of the largest walls so everyone can see it, giving off a glow.
What's the countdown for?
It's counting down for another 20 hours.
Work shifts, most likely.
Sorry,
You're here.
I've seen Pacific Rim, but Lothar hasn't, so...
Everyone should see it. It's a very good movie. Guillermo del Toro made it.
Just don't see the second one.
Yeah, no, there's some asshole made that one. No, there isn't.
No, there isn't.
There it is.
Charlie Day's the villain.
I mean, I like watching Charlie Day. He's pretty great.
Yeah, well, torrent it, as you do with all movies. Oh, is that on the podcast?
I like the version with the puppies.
Anyway, people are just running around. No one actually pays your ship much mind on the landing pad you sit down on. There are a lot of empty landing pads that don't have ships in them.
Greetings?
Who's the 4 women?
Are they actually women?
All women?
It's a big mix.
Okay, I didn't think so, because I'm like, how would they all be women? That makes no sense. Do they kill all the men they come across?
I mean,
Keep
Garutos,
them
right?
underground for breeding?
Why are their
Like,
bangs so short?
Why are their bangs so short? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're just one of those societies where like women are the warriors and whatnot, isn't it?
That's not even it.
Huh. I guess it used to be, and now it's not anymore.
Yeah, it was just a gimmick to kill Toddbringer.
Oh. Well, it was longer than
oh
that.
yeah, 'cause he hates women.
Toddbringer hates women because a woman would be his death, so they all turned themselves. They all became women so they could collectively kill his fucking ass and steal his shit and go back to the past. Gotta get back. That tradition did not need to continue on after they murdered the frogman who hates women. That woman would one day kill him.
Yeah, they just kept the name because the name's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, their big thing is conquering communities and absorbing them into the limb of the machine because they're all about survivalism.
Nice. Hey, there's a giant tree here. Conquer those Smurfs.
Get some blessed Promethean in the flamer. Dealt with it. And then like took a shovel and like kicked the tree over and get the unobtainium underneath.
Look at my vampires to start distributing, the refreshments and whatnot. Just, on tables and whatnot.
Someone sees a vampire, takes a shovel, and hits them directly in the face with it.
Jesus.
People are like, vampire attack! Vampires! They're taking out guns, they're shooting. It
Yeah.
happens within 6 seconds.
Well, they're adaptive.
Alright, everyone back in the ship. It's a combat now.
Yes, guns are, bullets are raining at you.
Everyone back to the ship.
You'll be fine. They're only bullets.
Alright.
A work whistle blows, people back off. One of the mechs was powering up and getting a fist raised and then goes back down to standby and they start plugging machinery back into it to put it back in the scaffold.
Look, so that doesn't happen again. Can we talk to someone? Like,
Now a foreman's walking up. Looks giant-like, like big, maybe 15 feet, with like muscle and like plating bulging out, covered in like work overalls and stuff. Woman, cycloptic. What Who let vampires loose on the work floor? Who pulled that stunt?
everyone just sort of glances over at the Crimson Marquee and says,
Apologies,
PKE
that
readers
was,
are going off the charts.
That was presumptuous of me.
I don't know who you people are. Wait, no. She takes out like a little like machine that has like an extender on it for her big hands, and it kind of goes nuts around you, like the antennas go up and down. I know you. I don't know you people.
Thea's like,
I'm sorry, is that supposed to mean something?
really?
I'm Lothar.
Never heard
Slayer.
of the exploits of Mattiel, captain of the Furious Kitten?
We don't get a lot of news up here at the end of at the edge.
Oh, wow, you just let us in.
We assumed you were supply traders. We didn't realize you were a plague ship.
Mistakes on all ends. I see. I rather
you had a
assumed-
WOM access code.
Oh, you never changed that?
You changed it, but you still have it.
Oh, I thought they would read the new one.
But they have phonetic communication.
The code still checks out.
Yeah, it's old, but it checks out. That's
It's
literally
old.
what she says. It's
Yeah.
an old code, but it checked out.
Are you the leader of this facility?
Shift foreman. Breakette. It's a nickname. Give me that side-eye, true woman.
So, by the way, we're gods.
Superman, as you call them.
No,
Superman.
Well,
literally
we're
not.
gods.
There's a distinct difference.
You have to talk to them in their language.
We've come with the hope of expanding relations and helping you here.
You want to help? What are you good at? What are you good for?
Is there
Artifacts
someone who's
are wrong.
injured?
Yes, so many.
I'll heal them.
They're not here on the work floor, right?
No, bitch, I was asking you out of character.
Oh. I didn't know. Yeah, there's an injured guy.
I'll heal them.
Arm. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Cool, cool. You can do that all the time, or is this a spell per day situation?
Spell per day.
It's at will. It's free.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can do that pretty much all the time.
Okay. Great. We have a hospital full of maimed.
I'd be glad to help.
That's excellent. Just for you guys, I don't know who you are. You say you want to come here and help, and you're gods, and you're obviously supermen.
I also have a question. Why are you here, specifically on this island?
It's where the rule gate tessellated us out when we used our piggyback protocol off the Toddbringer.
Would you... Oh, also, good job on that.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yes. Would you like to come to a better place?
Yes.
We have an entire city that is extremely advanced for this time, and is fantastic. We can also use your expertise in bottlenecks and stuff.
Yeah, that's what we're good for. We have a few problems.
We're very good at fixing those.
Diorochi is going to patch in 20 hours, and he's nested around one of our couple of our sunken pods, which have people inside of them. We can't get to them. We're trying to build a fleet to go down and try to rest them out before it hatches, but we're not going to make it in time.
Diorochi, I'm assuming, is one of the meteors from Chaos?
No, he's a breaker. She's a breaker. It changes every time. We've killed her like 17 times in the last century. Every time she comes back with 100 more arms and limbs and heads.
Ha!
Yeah, she keeps getting stronger, and we keep just barely killing her, and she keeps coming back stronger and stronger and stronger, and we're running out of materials.
Well, definitely can help you patch up the fleet and get them ready in those 20 hours, and also help you get rid of Diorochi for good.
We would have made it, but we're having a problem with Shemzeroth's spawn. Apparently there's some sort of religious schism on the mainland, and we had a flood of those froglings. I hate frogs. Come on through.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a program of those things now.
Oh, good. Programs are great. We could really use assistance clearing those out. They're cutting off our supply lines.
My people are natural hunters and scouts, and we can aid you in this. And we will make this a pilgrimage location until we able to move.
Great. The chaos generators are offline.
I could activate those.
Perfect. There's the 2 lighthouses on the island. Those are them. The Shemzeroth cult is set up for some reason.
Chaos generators. Do we want those, or should we just introduce a better technology?
For the time being, there'll be a decent halfway point between us, them being here and them leaving. We'll harvest it for parts after.
Fair.
And in that direction, you said?
Yeah, like on the map, if you look at the map, there's 2 lighthouses. They're what the cult of Shemzeroth sets up to stabilize the chaos, like, portals opening so they don't happen as much.
Oh, never mind. Yes, we do want those.
Yeah, the marquee literally faces through the walls in that direction. Because it turns out that's a thing, city, Godbound.
Yeah,
can move anywhere within a city, passing through walls and other
Yeah,
things.
but those things are outside the city, face of the city, and they have to move.
That's fine.
No, you're like, oh, and then you like spend an action, and it's a jeep, and you're like, woo, dune buggy.
Basically.
Or
Or
a
a summon
jet.
Jeep, like in Halo.
Is that all the problems?
Yeah, a big titanic breaker that keeps getting stronger that they can't deal with.
Okay.
I don't recall breakers coming back to life after killing them.
I mean,
This
they-
one ate one of Shemzeroth's siblings,
Well, maybe someone.
He has
didn't
13
kill
of them.
definitely.
and they're all equally strong as him.
So that's probably why, and or also they may just not be killing it in the right way. We are quite a bit stronger, so when we put things down, we actually put them down. Some things can't be killed by mortals.
Okay. So Crimson's on the generators. I'll help with the tech. You'll go heal people, and
You're going to start hunting. You're going to start hunting monsters.
These people have never heard of me. That needs to be rectified.
Yeah,
Do
they
it.
just don't get news
Defender of
here.
the Plains and the Master of
Matiel,
Scouts.
Matiel.
Matiel, the Defender of Freedom. Captain of the Furious Kitten.
Wow.
20 hours.
20 hours, and then he or she hatches again.
Shouldn't we just go put that down first?
It'll hatch in 20 hours, no earlier, I guess.
Yeah, but why
How
don't
long
we
does it
sit
take
down
to get
before
there
it gets
by
up?
airship?
You have to go underwater.
Oh.
It's under the ocean. That's why they're getting the Godwalkers right.
Crimson! But there's a sub and some breathing equipment.
I don't
Or I
need to
could do it, I
breathe.
guess.
Do any of us need to breathe?
Yeah, they're still people.
Who among us is the liability cast?
I have the ability to not breathe for quite a long time.
I don't need to breathe.
Oh yeah, you have Sky.
So I guess I'm the only one.
I think as a party god, you'd be really good at holding your breath.
Probably. God.
Hold his breath for 10 minutes.
I feel like there should be Pacific Rim theme should be played.
Oh yeah.
So seems like we should deal with the giant monster first. Like if we can kill it before it hatches, that's better.
Yeah, we've been trying to kill it before it hatches, but you have to get through its defense system. When we got here, some of Toddbringer's empire came back with us in piecemeal and crashed around us. So one of Toddbringer's loyal servants, Orochi, got into it and changed it.
I have a personal reason for wanting to get rid of this.
If you can take out Gigan and get to the egg, it'll be easy.
Vegan. Is the defense system?
Yeah, it's some sort of cybernetic hybrid map. It's something we were trying to repurpose from the Shatter Dome, but never got to before the event horizon happened. They show you schematics. A large reptilian dragon-looking creature that's arms been replaced with chainsaw hands. It has a central blade system, and its head's been ripped open and replaced with a large ray gun. Saw blade launchers in its shoulders. It's slow as shit underwater, so it guards the nest. We never get it onto land to fight. Orochi comes by and does that.
I know these names, but I can't. I don't know it.
So we take out this thing and then we get to the egg. Eliminate the breaker before it spawns.
Precisely. Figure out why it keeps coming back. We can probably fix it.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you're gonna go to the med bay.
I suppose I can do that first.
Okay, so this island has the Shatter Dome in the exact middle, and there's actually villages strewn around it from the Shemsroth cults. When they came up here, they actually cut off the entire community from the Shemsroth society. And we're like, you don't have to worship a giant fucking lizard. You can worship you could serve with us and make money. Social capital. It's worth more than faith. They actually helped hook people up with faith calculators and stuff to break their chains.
We'll fix that.
Yeah. So there's a big giant Shemsroth cult Elderguard farming community where they're most of their resources are coming from, but that's been starved out and damaged from all the rampaging monsters. So you have the Shatter Dome's their fallback hospital, and it's just full of a few thousand injured, named people with infections, people who are turning into Shemsroth things. They're if they go too far, we shoot them in the face. So you could spend some effort and just burn through this place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can just,
If you knock off 2 effort for the day, you'll remove every complication this hospital has.
Sure.
Everyone will be back. Everyone will not only be fixed, but they'll be uncrippled and undamaged and untainted by all the evil in here. Because the Shemsroth thing is not a super spiritual curse, it's a physical transformation that turns you into one of his spawn, or makes them hatch inside of you and chest burst out.
Yeah.
And even have tanks of dissected Shemsroth guys in one of their labs where they try to figure out how it works. And we never encountered these things in the future. But they're frogs. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's gross.
Why would... Coincidences don't exist. Why would Toddbringer be a frog? And we killed that frog. And we came back in time to a place where frogs are. What does it mean?
Means that frogs are evil and should be wiped out.
And those ones with the holes in their back. Pour hot lead onto those. Gross.
What's the fear of holes?
Trichtophobia.
Yeah.
I was going to say thalassophobia, but that's like the deep water. Alright, who wants to go first? You repairing those chaos towers will be easy peasy because, oh my Christ, Kevin, your character is spec'd for that.
Yep.
I don't have a challenge related to it for you.
Oh, that's totally fine.
Put a piece around
He's
it.
just like tinkering with it with one hand and on his phone and the other, just kind of chatting with everyone else in the group.
I mean, if you want to give him a challenge, just give him a combat encounter. And
Maybe if we're good. Peter, you're...
I'm helping them get their gear up in those 20 hours so they can go and help. So I'm using.
you're an artificer. Psh, you can totally speed this shit along.
Yep.
Yeah. They show you all the components and stuff, and the central shatter dome.
I got this.
Yeah, like there's like a central kind of hypercore for the shatter dome that helps process all the Godwalker repairs and like tessellates all their blueprints out.
Yep.
Godwalkers are compact, but they have like a lot of actual parts that are folded up inside of them that have to be repaired.
Yep.
Like entire rooms worth of material that are inside the armor and fuselage and stuff.
Sure.
It just takes a while to get through it all and find where the breaks are. Again, don't have a lot for you to do that is directly related because you and Kevin are really good at this.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah. Thea, you're doing that. So again, you're just doing that. You're just good at this. Which leaves Lothar and Matai out. You guys are hunting monsters.
Well, I was going to take out a troupe of pirate dancers and put on an elaborate ballet that extols the tale of how I lifted the siege of Jericho and defeated the Emperor in single combat.
That's good.
Because
That's
these
good.
people haven't heard of me, and
No, you can definitely
Shame.
boost morale that way and get people totally on board.
it's how I recall it happening.
That's what
I'm the one. I'm the one
That's the
dancing.
official story.
It's how I recall it happening, which means that's probably how it happened.
Yeah.
So, other than that, are you doing anything else?
No.
All right.
It's a long ballet.
All right.
Assuming
Lothar.
I don't see it.
A few of his people hand out some of the basic books, but mainly we're going around and we're bringing stuff in that might be a threat and trying to identify any long-term enemies.
All right. You're gonna hunt Shemzeroth spawn.
Well, he's got his people with him, so he's
But
going to...
you're gonna actually do it, right?
Yeah,
Because no one else here is.
No, Lothar will
We've
hunt.
established
Will hunt.
this.
Yes.
You will actually help.
We're all being charitable in other ways. All
I
of
assumed
us.
that we would kill Dairoshi and then deal with the Shemzeroth spawn because they seem like a lesser issue than the giant monster.
Yeah,
That's
it's still
something-
an issue they need dealt with.
That's how many HP they have. If it's two, then just one punch, done. Let's move on. Dragon Breath.
Oh my god, the official stats for Slotty are not... Oh no, they're rough. These are rough customers. They look so down in AD&D. They look like assholes.
Send us a screenshot or something.
Good lord, it's a flump!
It's a flump.
You don't know what a flump is, Peter?
No?
Oh my god. Alright, imagine a jellyfish that's a pancake,
Okay.
and you kind of have a flump in your head, with big, sad eyes.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to do a brief pause. Okay, we're back.
30.
Lothar, you're out there, looking for Shemzeroth spawn, the red, blue, and green monsters that stalk the landscape and are the spawn of the Black Beast of Chaos. And they're everywhere. They're out there in the fields, they're killing people, they're tearing down structures, they're like ripping folk apart.
Yeah, okay, so you...
Short dive! Yeah, you guys dive on in these things and start to rip into them. Even the weakest is hideously strong compared to normal people. Like, it takes 7 of your men to kill 1.
Yeah, I think the guns are probably...
Yeah, range is probably for the best. These things are... Oh god, these things regenerate.
Flight plus guns is solid.
Like, you're shooting into them and, like, their splashes blowing apart. And, like the T-1000, they start to just bring themselves back together. Are your people's guns enchanted? Like, are they like made into low magic like artifice?
they're weapons from the city.
Then
so-
no, those are just regular weapons.
Oh god, your guns aren't hurting some of them. Some of these creatures are completely immune to mortal weapons.
Okay, then it's time to go in with hand-to-hand, sadly.
Yeah.
They do a D10 and magical weapons for hand-to-hand.
Oh yeah, that'll cut right through their immunity damage. Right through it. But yeah, these things are big and they're angry and they're like amphibian and they're thriving here at the edge of chaos. They're picking people up. Like there's blue ones that are big and squat and have like rending claws. They're grabbing people by the throat and just slightly grazing their stomach, and you can tell from the infection marks that something got pumped into them. Like they've implanted them with spawn. And they just leave them and let them to run off.
Okay,
But the people
so
don't really know.
how many are there? Just way too many, or...
You can start killing the outliers and burning through the kind of like staggering hordes of them.
Yeah.
You'll eventually find the sort of like mass of them that have bannered under the strongest. And it's a swarm of like a few hundred of these things.
In a mob, or...
Oh yeah, in a battle group. It is a mob of these things. All the spectrum colors of how these things evolve, just kind of working in caves and holes and coming out of them, like where like hot springs are, and just waiting. Like all sort of, holding their ground because they're being pushed back.
Okay, so head over. So this is a big, giant mob of these things.
Yep.
I'll tell my men to stay back and concentrate on rescuing the troops. I guess I have some time to fight this thing because I'm looking for it and hunting, and it's not really going up into the air.
Yeah, the mob can't fly. Unless they can? No, they can't fly. They're telekinetic, though. These things can TK.
Okay, I'll summon... I've got a little time then, so I'm going to summon forth a crap ton of birds.
Sure. Like, as you're fighting and as your guys are diving in and starting to tear through them, at one point, like, one of them will be like, "Oh, oh," and they'll just be dragged into one of those steam holes and not come out.
Grim.
Yeah, they're telekinetic.
Okay, stay back!
Out of the range of their minds!
I think you flipped their effort and HP. The brute.
No, I don't think I did. Oh, I did.
Max effort 30.
Yeah, they don't have 30 effort. That's drunk talk. Sweet, beautiful drunk talk. Huh. At one point, some of your men, like you're fighting with them and they're pulling back. At one point, one of your men is like, shooting alongside you and stuff, and all of a sudden his throat gets cut. And he just drops.
Okay,
And there's the outline of a shadowy, air elemental looking thing that just kind of fades back into wind. So another end of the battlefield also drops.
Okay, pull my guys the frack back. I tell them to head back, and I'm going to start going after these things.
These things seem to be wind-made maleficent. Phantasmal killers.
Okay. So there's one big force, primary center force, right?
Yeah, they're in these these steam vents that look like the back of a giant frog that are have holes in it. That they're sticking their heads out of and trying to grab people with their minds and drag them in.
Okay. I'll head straight over to the let's see, which would be the one. Is there any large objects around here?
Rocks, debris, broken bits of building, whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever your heart desires.
I'll grab. Actually, let's just do this the somewhat direct way. Lothar will try and sneak over to one of the steam tunnels.
Sure.
Creep over to them.
Sure. There's a green one in there.
And he's just gonna head in there and basically just start ripping into shreds. He's quite willing to go inside the tunnel.
Do it. All right. Yeah, go at him. Rip apart that green one. The green has 9 hit points.
Really? How many of these things are there?
Hundreds. All different colors. The different colors are averaging their hit dice down. Plus they regen, and that pumps up their hit dice.
Okay, I'm not even gonna use effort. I'm actually gonna just straight fight them for a bit.
Do it.
See. Is it?
Let's throw on something a little more appropriate for what's going down.
4 points. Actually, it's max damage anyway.
4 points.
Yep.
All right. So out of nowhere, you jump this thing and like slam it against the wall and cut open its like body. Yeah. Screaming. It opens up its hands and responds by force lightning you.
Of course.
What's your AC?
2.
Miss. It just ricochets off the wall, gets caught in the steam, and goes down the vent, hitting one of the other things.
What's its AC?
Oh, in here now. It's back to the wall. It doesn't have its magic up to properly deflect things.
Okay, it takes another 2 points.
The damage you're doing is starting to stitch itself back together.
Grim.
Yeah, you know what? It's going to back away out of the hole. And it jumps to the hole and rolls down.
Okay.
And then leaps like a frog.
I fly after it and tear it up.
Yeah, that'll be a total action just to get airborne. You can attack it.
4 points.
There we go. That's what it did.
Done.
Pardon? What?
The song.
Yeah.
Is it just a song?
Yeah, it's just a song, dude.
Okay.
It's a song.
Okay.
4 points. So 4, 8, 10, regenerate. It's basically dead. Yeah, no, you kill it. You kill this thing before it can fully regenerate. So what? Claws can.
Oh, absolutely. We're going for claws and tearing and rending. Even my martial art is like that. It's
like a predator.
yeah, it's like predator style.
All right, you got the green Shemzeroth spawn, and it just kind of falls apart like in a heap of wizard robes and gore, like spread around the area. But its head's laughing at you as it does, and it kind of gestures to your shoulder. Gaze.
Hmm?
Do you gaze at your shoulder?
Sure, why not?
There is a small red bead that when it jumped out, it left behind on you. That was a delayed blast fireball. That now goes off. It was trying to get away from the blast radius.
Okay.
Lothar, you're going to take these 6s. It's smoke. 4, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, a delayed blast fireball goes off on you. You're in the center of a large explosion.
Okay.
Yeah, it
You
falls into gore on the ground.
So yeah, Lothar spends some time hunting. I've got a feeling he's going to take a few of them out, and it's not going to be. It's just a few of them, take a few trophies and then head back.
Well, you're pushing through this mob pretty good, and you're a hunter, right?
Yeah.
These things have a leader, they're coordinated. But what's more disturbing is whenever you kill, maybe a dozen of them, more replacing their numbers. Fresh ones, not the same ones. Like ones that are well rested.
Mm. Yeah, after expending a bit of effort and a couple of hit points and stuff like that, the Lothar will realize this is a job that's going to require.
If you kill the leader, you could probably rout this army.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different story. Okay, yeah, he's
you don't have to spend effort. You just got to kill the leader.
I've got invisibility. I've got natural invisibility. 3 different types of invisibility to pick from.
Okay, have all of your men pulled away from this? They're no
Yeah,
longer.
I put them on rescue basically. Just grab people who are uninjured and get them out and try not to die.
Fair enough. All right, make a hunting check. So that'd be whatever ability score you want. Whatever you feel it is. They get a +4 from being Lothar.
Succeeded by many.
Very good. You're able to get to the nest of this steam rock. There is a Shemzeroth spawn there. It is large, it is thin, it is like its bones are showing through its skin that are regenerating and knitting around it. It is sapped of all life and has like necrotic energy billowing off of it.
Okay.
It is clearly the leader. And yeah, what you see is that while it's sitting there, sort of meditating / drinking in its own power, it's opening up holes in the ground, like on the back of a frog, and new spawn jump out of them.
So it reproduces the same way.
It's not reproducing. It's just gaining in more from the other parts of the island. This is the evac point.
Jesus. Okay. So yeah, Lothar will try and sneak up on it.
That's going to be a roll. With a -4 penalty. This thing has senses.
Okay. Are we in natural surroundings?
No, this cave is supernatural. He's made it for himself.
And I am invisible.
You are invisible?
Excuse you.
Okay, sorry about that.
I rolled a 15 plus whatever.
-4.
Oh yeah, that'll succeed.
You're able to sneak up on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll strike at the thing many times.
Okay. AC negative.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, this is the upper end of the things you can fight here. The breakers are pushovers because they're hit point 6. Pushovers.
Spend 1 to effort and a third.
Okay.
Hungry Beast, seize the moment, breaking the moment or whatever it's called. So that is -1.
You hit?
4 damage. That is 19, so enough. That'll miss. That'll hit. 4 more points of damage. That's the first 3 attacks.
Oh man. You're going all out.
Hits. Second round of attacks do 6 damage. Third round of attacks. Hits. Miss. Does 2 points of damage.
Altogether?
So together that was a total of 12.
12? Sure.
Now I can act.
Okay. You rip into this thing and knock it from where it's been meditating as like more of its spawn jump into the room because there's no sun anymore. It gets gored across its stomach and its back and is just howling. And it turns to you. It's just speaking some sort of language you haven't heard before, but the intent is clear. But yeah, its wounds start to suture up together after a little while. Yeah, it's gonna grab you because you're clearly visible now, right?
Yeah, that does go away when I make strenuous activity.
Yeah, it's gonna go and grab you. Good. You're not gonna do the I'm gonna act before it acts thing.
That was including.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep, fair enough.
I don't start talking before you're done. Okay. So the first thing is to do is gonna get physical. Physical. What's your AC?
I believe it's 2. Or it's 1 now, isn't it?
What? Yes. Good AC. Oh, yes. 2 1s in a row. And a 6. So that's whole first action's wasted.
Are you sure you don't have the word of luck?
I rolled a
No,
1,
but I have
a
a
1
luck
and a
gift.
6 on its 3 attacks. One of those attacks, if it hits, you have to make a save or be stunned for a few rounds.
Yeah, that strikes me as a bad thing.
Oh, it's the worst.
Visibly prone.
Yeah, visibly prone. So it's going to flame strike you. For half fire, are you to fire?
No.
Oh, thank Christ. The other half is unholy damage. So it puts its hands together and opens up a tear in reality right to the outside where chaos is, the capital O outside, and hits you with irradiated, mutating fire. And just slams you down with it. Oh wait, I have Peter's dice roller. What the fuck am I doing? I'm rolling my own dice like a savage.
I'm listening.
16.
To hit?
No, to hit. You've been hit with a smite. It's smote.
Oh, okay. 16 damage?
Yeah, 10d8.
Oh
Not straight. It's just, that's what smites do, guys. They're rough.
So I take 4?
No, you take 16. If it was straight damage, it would have been 55.
Wow.
That's what smites are. You guys do that.
Yeah.
Can I have a question for you. Is this an huge area, or?
No, it's a single target.
Okay, I'm going to use, I think I have this gift. I'll check real quick.
You can also miracle against, remember?
I think I'm gonna use teleport out of here. Nope.
Fuck this.
I'm going to pour cement on this hole.
Yeah. It's smite, like it has power of the word or whatever it's called, is it doing flame strike.
Yay.
Thought it was fun. Fuck you, Peter.
Woo! Flame strike.
Once we got Flame Strike back when we played D&D, it was game over. Everything was Flame Strikeable at that point.
They're the souls of fire elementals.
Half holy.
Holy fire elementals.
Now, technically, he's casting Chaos Hammer, but I didn't think of it at the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause because looks like we're not.
Sorry, yeah, I'm just.
All right. After it slams you with a Chaos Hammer, which is what the Flame Strike is, listeners. Let's just ignore that last part.
Yeah.
It then, as a spell-like ability, teleports without error.
Okay.
And it folds itself inward and then outward, so you see the inside of its skeleton and meat, and then that unfolds itself and vanishes in a puddle of gore and writhing flesh.
Punch it.
It's gone.
Okay.
It turned itself inside out and left this part of space. The swarm is coming in.
Okay, I leave.
You're going to have to get out of this mob. You have to move your way out of it.
Attacks of opportunity.
Now this, on the other hand, I do have something I can do. Mist on water. I can go through, ignore all solid matter with my movement, provided
It's good.
I end the turn with a location I can physically occupy.
And you're fast, right?
Yes.
Alright. You can mist on water out of here.
Yeah. That will miracle me one more effort.
Lothar, you're getting to one of your worst one-on-one fights you've ever been in.
Yeah, that one sucked.
The scales have been amping up. That was a death slot. His name is Deathhead.
Yeah. Okay. This is gonna spiel like spur Lothar to he needs something to protect against that sort of nonsense.
Hate magic.
Strong
Hate
people.
magic. So he's thinking he's probably gonna have to do an artifact at some point in the near future to protect him if he's fighting shit like this.
Oh yeah.
Or develop a custom miracle.
This guy's a baby. He can eventually digivolve up into a Shemzeroth if he tries. He just needs time.
What is time?
Okay. Wow. Okay, that was grim. Lothar will head back. At least he's driven the thing off.
Yeah, it left. That swarm stays in there and eventually goes to ground and seems to disappear. But you're able to save most of the people that were injured. Like, a good chunk of them. Probably all of them. Plus,
Okay.
you have healers who can remove the xenomorph eggs from inside their chest so they don't die like John Hurt. Remember John Hurt? He's dead now.
Yeah, right.
You guys get back.
Lothar flies back.
Lothar comes back bloodied. Bloodied being a general term for a warrior comes
Being
back
extremely
fucked
burnt.
up.
Oh boy.
Quite a fight.
I thought you were sniffling like you were gonna start crying. I was like, oh my goodness.
That would have been amazing. I'm the combat character. You guys are upping the level adjustment of the adventure.
You can't treat me like this. I'm the combat character.
Become a
So
character with sport.
I assume that didn't go too well.
Well, no, it teleported away. It also burned me quite badly, as you can see.
Well,
We do have brought many people who were attacked by the thing, but it has a whole network of tunnels, and one of them seems to be the ability to summon more in.
okay. Well, I'll deal with your people. I believe you should go to Azazel for your own healing.
That's probably
His doesn't cost you effort.
It cost me effort.
Oh
does
shit!
Yes.
You can't rest for a day. You got less than 20 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, of that.
For yours, it heals more of a single target, and he has to commit effort. For mine, I have to commit effort, and it heals a little bit of everyone.
Don't trust him. He's lying. That goat bastard.
Stealing.
I can heal 2d6 damage.
Mine's I think 1d6.
I've taken-
That's about how much he's taken.
I've taken 16, so
This is with Thea's touch, though.
Use
No.
your miracles.
Look
No,
here.
then I have to spend effort.
well, I guess
You're also for combat.
What?
well, I guess we might as well just leave because I won't be in any condition to fight. So you guys can have this one. I'll rest out.
You need his effort on hand.
Like merciful
Yeah,
gate.
but all my healing requires him to spend effort. All of
that's the
it.
issue.
Oh, Peters doesn't.
Yeah.
Peter's the one being, dare I say it, miserly.
Mine heals 1d6 plus my level. Hers heals 2d6 plus her level and help with these.
Just 2d6.
We really need to get like a 1
Just 2d6.
point effort item that's like
Then yours is-
amaranth healing.
His is better.
The one
Yeah,
that
his is
heals you
1d6
every
plus
minute,
level is
every-
better than 2d6.
His is better.
I mean, health
We
plus
need to go to a
2d6
fancy
plus
suite.
I
level.
have to miracle it! That costs more effort for
Up to
everyone.
you guys. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do, guys. I'm just going to lie down over here.
Just apply some bandages to it. It'll be
Well,
fine.
we could get in the
Fill the
combat,
wound with trash.
have Tia the Immortal take a hit, and then...
That's what he does.
Well.
He's a goat freak with a healing gift. He fills the wound with trash.
Staple, staple, staple.
You know what's sad? Underworld doesn't have a power where you can just collapse tunnels.
Huh.
So, what we could do... Well, actually, I don't know how many people are here.
Thousands.
Are we able to pack them up,
And
leave,
That
rest, and
takes-
then come back and fight the wake-up guy?
They have prisoners down there they're trying to save.
Right,
Plus,
right.
large-scale changes take time to commit influence or dominion. That's effort. That's.
What does that have to do with anything? I'm saying put them on our ship and fly away.
I mean, you probably came with a packed ship of broodlings and stuff.
Yeah, but they have things.
We can dump all the show.
I was going to say, dump all the broodlings into the ocean.
I just finished dancing about what a great warrior I am. I can't just turn
And I'll
tail
warn you,
and
He's
run.
finished
even the regular versions of these monsters would be a challenge for even your worshippers. They seem to be largely immune to most conventional weapons.
My worshippers aren't conventional weapons. Have you seen them?
True.
Yeah, the clock is ticking down. It's been a few hours, probably 5, so you're down to 15 hours.
Have I finished up with the
Yep.
2? Oh, perfect.
Well, wait. I forgot. I was gonna
You can
punish
cast your spells
for
in
being
8
yourself.
hours.
Huh?
Why does it keep
Use
happening?
your heal and wait 8 hours, right? Or is that
This is
is that legit,
discrimination,
or-
Evan.
Against me, the worst
for the
time.
day. Well, it needs to be the next day.
So I guess he's moved on to the second engine then? Or?
Yeah, the second lighthouse.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like lighting up. It's just keeping stuff from like the chaos from coming in. Actually, once these two are online, that slot will stop being able to summon in more Shem'Zar spawn.
Oh.
Interesting enough, you guys just didn't know because you didn't know the nature of what was happening,
As always.
right?
We go in half-cocked.
Yeah, he's just on his phone with his secretary, arranging for various meetings and whatnot while he's fixing this. 6 o'clock meeting.
Let's push the meeting with all the Hell Lords for later.
Perfect. All right, you hear something walking behind you, and then you hear the telltale sound that you're so used to of a righteous man unsheathing a longsword and putting out that sign that they're about to get into a fight.
Clips his phone shut, his, clamshell phone with the B keychain. Yes.
Crimson Marquis, the sanguine psychopomp.
That is a name I go by.
I am the Scarlet Crusader.
I've heard that one about 3-4 times already.
I'm a legacy. My legacy shall be written with your death.
In your blood.
Very well. Have at thee. And he, turns around, flips his cape out, his bear cape.
The Crimson Crusader, what did I call him?
The
Scarlet.
The
The
Scarlet.
Scarlet Crusader is a mummy knight.
Oh.
Positive energy undead.
Oh.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
And smite.
Undead slime.
Undead smite. Alright, what are you going to do? You get first action on him, and then he's going to fuck you to death.
Straight damage.
To death. Alright. What's around me?
All of that lighthouse, rocks, a cart.
Yes, you
What do you
love
want
me.
around you? Tell me what's around you.
I'm gonna touch the
Demon
lighthouse
flips the
and, give
cart.
it, and make it sentient.
All right, the lighthouse stops looking around, just kind of looks at him. It's not gonna be able to move. You know that, right?
It's a lighthouse.
It can blind him plenty, though.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't have eyes.
He puts his shield up and backs away.
Even the very ground we stand upon stands against you.
That only means we have to sanctify it as your tomb. His go. He's going to take penalties because he can't see. This is a very bitchy fight for anyone but you because you're just a disaster when it comes to combat.
Yeah.
A human disaster. Oh, and he has a magic sword. You're looking at it, it's actually a Holy Avenger. And he's a paladin.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh,
Wait,
no.
like one of his Holy Avengers? Or
No. An OG Holy Avenger.
From Atris, for the other game. Just play this way.
It's it is, if you look at it closely, it has the Omega symbol that's also a horseshoe with a scarf around it that signifies it is a Hopepan weapon.
Huh.
The god of hope, whose holy symbol is an Omega/horseshoe with a scarf wrapped around it. They do not have 6 additional attacks. That looks like that's a misprint.
I would hope so.
That seems wrong. That seems incorrect.
I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, so he's going to charge you. What's your AC, Vampire Lord? King of the Dead?
My AC is 1.
Okay. Miss. With the penalty. So he charges at you and takes a swing with that Holy Avenger.
Yeah, the Marquis flash steps out of the way, pulls out his guns, and just unloads a few volleys into him.
Do it.
There is a D20. There we go.
Can the Crimson Marquis survive a single melee fight?
What's his AC?
Oh, shit. He's wearing full plate, so like 3.
Oh, I missed.
So this will be Adina versus the Witch King fight now.
Alright, so you just shoot at him. He's deflecting with his shield.
Yep.
No, you shot your ally, the lighthouse.
Oh, fucking lord!
Oh no, Housey!
Blinky! He raises the crossguard of the sword, slams it to the ground, and takes a knee, and he's going to smite you.
Okay.
With an actual holy smite.
Holy smite. Okay. I don't think I have defenses against that.
Oh,
You can
no.
defensively dispel, but use your unholy powers.
Is that how?
Do you still have the sun dispel in your gun?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty brilliant law is a solution.
Really long!
Pull the camera out, capture the light.
Alright, you soak it up, spend your effort.
Yep.
You shoot it with your truth bullet.
You don't take 7 damage.
The battle sheet's being funny.
Quick, just try to
It
delete
froze.
things from it.
Okay. Crimson.
You just want to do it for me because it froze and crashed for me.
Oh my god, it did crash even on mine. Real bad.
I didn't.
Alright, what are you up to next? Can you
Alright.
take out this 9 hit die positive energy monster?
Vampire Lord Smite.
Oh no, what do you do?
Does it have ever dispel?
I don't think they can defend against that.
He doesn't have words bound. He's a heroic mortal.
So I think
Sword might.
a dark purple light rises up from beneath them, and a coffin like covered in chains rises out to like capture him.
Iron Maiden inside.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is. It's like bleeding, has a tongue for the velvet is, for the body goes. Like a chain chomp coffin.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. Do it.
Dwell in darkness. I will deal with you later.
Only a 4d8, was it?
48. Yep.
Oh boy.
That's an 8.
2.
7. 7.
6.
And a 6.
So that's 8 damage.
I'll say that's enough.
Okay.
Alright, you chomp him up in a sarcophagus and drag him down to the underworld.
Yeah, is this Holy Vendor like still with him, or is it like on the ground?
Yeah, it's sticking out in the ground near the shore of the lighthouse. A beacon unto of itself.
He'll leave it there for the next brave warrior to find it.
The next jackass. What, who, like, in their Final Fantasy side quest decides to go to the leftmost corner of the map where there's high-level enemies and try to grab the, like, Fallout-style power armor there and skip the game sequence?
Yep. Yeah, he kind of raises a hand to the sentient lighthouse. guard it. Guide a brilliant soul to with your guiding light.
The lighthouse will.
Don't I have a brilliant soul? I'm pretty brilliant.
Alright, well, you come back with only minor scrapes and scratches in your fight.
I'm feeling pretty good. How's everyone? Oh wow,
Apparently burnt.
That's unfortunate.
Now everyone's back. We had to have that fight where a righteous crusader tried to put down one of your party.
You have to question him later. Chain him up in front of Necron 4.
Necron 4 heeds the call.
Don't worry, I'll still be able to walk around, so still it's mobility. It's fine.
So, you're all hanging together. What is your plan?
Is someone going to heal Lothar?
They want to commit.
Have we breached that impasse?
Don't you have a bunch of healers? Can they use their nebulous?
He would have to
magic
spend his own effort.
Well, you're pretty.
One of our number.
He'd have to accept the light of Thea into his heart.
You're pretty punchy on your own, aren't you? Though, like.
One of our number in this game tonight can heal Lothar, and Lothar would not have to spend his own effort.
I mean,
Fine.
one effort from Lothar, one effort from me. What's the difference?
It's a
A
pretty big
significant one.
difference.
So you
If
can
we're
Five
going into
attacks
combat.
around difference, you piece of shit.
Fine, I'll heal Lothar.
Is this the
Is
baby?
it not an option to pack everyone up and leave?
No.
Because you need to
We'd be
You don't have
abandoning
enough ships, they'll lose the people under the water, Dairochi will awaken from her depths. The Shemsroth people will take over here and populate the island more.
So 6 damage back to you.
Okay.
19. There you go.
That was a shockingly good smite roll, though. I usually don't do that well with those.
My god. You waxed that paladin.
And smite.
Huh.
Huh, I can, next time I have my engineering ability up, I can just have a second spring on my phone and just keep using that over and over again.
There you go.
They give me something to do in fights, designated healer.
Designated Purity of Brilliant Son user.
That's true as well, actually. That's more important.
And no, and no, and no. Well, they should be ready to go anytime soon. We're ready for this fight.
Do we have a breathing mask for you?
Oh yeah, they definitely have this lying around.
Artificer.
There you go. That too. You could make one for you.
Of garbage.
Out of garbage.
I'll grab a spare one in case there's an anti-low magic field.
Spear.
No, a spare one in case there's an anti-low magic field.
Gotcha. Good idea. You know, Lich King actually has a gift that does that like fucks with low magic. It's astounding.
Yep, I have that.
You're a bastard, man.
The Marquis gonna wear one of those casket armors he's got for going down into the deep sea.
You're in power armor.
So gonna Big Daddy
Oh,
this.
actually, I guess any of you can wear those.
Or what?
The casket armor I made. Oh wait, they don't have breathing apparatuses because vampires wear them. So if they're still good for like pressure and stuff like that, though. It's just being in them is like being cut off from the sun altogether. So
So, you guys want to talk about your plan together in character?
What specifically is it we're dealing with?
Breaker, as usual.
But one that doesn't die.
It's
That's
also not just a breaker, because there's also a... seems to be a mecha dragon with buzzsaws and laser eyes.
oh, I
But
don't wanna deal with that.
We're going a little early, so hopefully we'll just deal with the mecha and then smash the egg. Right? That's the plan.
Yeah, you can slay Gigan and get to Dairochi's egg before it rehatches. That's half the battle right there. Literally half the battle.
Well, if this thing is a construct, then
You can control
Azazel and
it.
I, either control it or destroy it much more easily.
It's not a construct. It's a creature that's been enhanced.
Oh yeah, you did say it was a...
Aside
Everyone Google Gigan.
Is it Is it an animal that's been enhanced?
Oh, is this a fucking Godzilla thing?
Yeah. So it's a cyborg rather than an android.
I fucking...
Exactly.
We could probably destroy its arm really easily if it's
Well,
segmented.
maybe you could heal it,
Is
so it
it a
loses all
servant for the breaker?
enhancements.
Pardon me?
Is it a servant for the breaker?
Yeah, it's something from the future that got stuck back here that serves the breaker.
And it's technically an animal.
Animal's a stretch. It's a dragon.
They're pretty much their own thing.
Own class of critter. It's like a huge supernatural critter that's been enhanced with future tech.
Does it serve willingly or is it a slave?
Ooh, I'm pretty sure Deegan's a slave in the movies.
Oh, well, there you go.
Just slave to the machines.
Although if you free it, we don't know what it's
Now
gonna
I'm free to
do.
be an asshole.
But
Now I'm free to hate all of you.
Aren't any of you women? Toddbringer did make it.
I mean, hey, for the listeners, if we're still recording,
Oh, we are.
I motioned to me and Mattel, and then pointed back at me, Thea, and
Oh, right,
I went,
Thea.
eh.
She almost feels like she's like an entity rather than a gender.
Right?
Force
Like,
of nature.
she's woman shaped, but I wouldn't. She's never been mortal.
It feels
Okay.
like something where like mortal worshippers would be like, yeah, she's a woman. She's, our mother goddess. And then,
Yeah.
eldritches and stuff like that would be like, no, it's a thing.
Like
It's
she
Thea.
goes by female pronouns. She's called Mother Thea, all that kind of stuff. So like she's female for all the reasons that matter, but not for like the. She doesn't have like whatever chromosomes, or she doesn't have like.
I don't have a womb. I
And-
don't care
yeah.
about you stupid children.
It's like
I still probably couldn't breathe with anything, so maybe, technically.
no.
Oh, no.
I mean, if you're thinking about things that count,
There's something
Can you see my
definitely
children?
masculine about Azazel. Plus, you're the male counterpart of Mattiel. You're two parts of the same duality.
It's like a terrifying deviantor creature.
I'm an OC.
No animal should have that many abs.
Extra set. I'm pretty sure I was going by the name Trundle when I made this character.
Oh, lol.
So, continue with your planning.
Just kill it before the time limit, I suppose. Hopefully prevent a drawn-out battle.
Free it, convince it to help us smash the egg, then kill it.
That's also a possibility. Worth a try. If it chooses to be a monster still, then we can just kill it anyway.
But even if it chooses to be a monster, it might attack the egg out of revenge.
Possible.
Do you have any knowledge of this, being from the future?
Would I have any knowledge of this?
Of Geegan?
Yeah.
Geegan was Toddbringer's pride and joy as a defensive unit. It would stalk, what the fuck was Toddbringer's house named? It was, not Derecho. Selenia? Delend? I don't even fucking remember. His nation, the Frog Nation. And like rip apart things that got too close, and then he'd send it out to go and destroy people and make them worship him and work for him in his slave mines.
All that.
Slave mines.
So rudimentary knowledge of what it is.
Like there's hologlyphic projections of it they have here in the Shadow Dome. It like running around with its chainsaw arms, its laser beam, its buzz saws.
Yeah. Essentially that.
So it does not sound like something we would want on the loose, but
So maybe just kill it.
yeah.
Simply,
It's a rampaging monster.
yeah, it ditched one master for another. Likely if we freed it, we'd simply find another, and another. Some things simply don't want to be free.
Is there any way we can draw it out of the ocean, goad it, and then retreat to the surface?
Are all oceans connected in this? Like, is it one big ocean? Or is it...
Yeah.
So we can't drain the ocean.
No.
Sadness. Because there is that one underworld gift where you can cause, like, a sinkhole in an ocean. And it's amazing.
That's amazing. Might not be super useful in this specific ocean, but
Oh, yeah.
the map shaped.
Can control of weather extend to creating a whirlpool that would part the sea?
Why not? That's just a big old tornado. That's just a wet tornado.
Well, let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Swallow the City. Sinkhole forms relatively slowly, and so multiple targets can escape.
Didn't they say it's slow underwater?
Oh yeah, slow as shit.
So
So
why
be
do we-
faster.
Yeah, why do we
Yeah.
want it on land?
I fight better under the open sky.
All of us do. I don't think any of us are quite suited for fighting in the water.
No one took C. The C word.
I mean, if it's slow in water, we'll be slow in water too.
Yeah, we won't be.
Yeah, I've little desire to go beneath the depths. Things exist
I
down
just
there.
like putting all the rebreathers
I
on my
prefer to fly.
younglings.
Fish piss in it.
Everyone misses in it.
All right, so you're gonna create a tornado and try to draw Gigan out of its lair.
Yep.
That's an effort.
But I don't think it is. He has a gift that just lets him change the weather by committing.
I commit an effort to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nothing, man. Sky is super powerful. It's one of the gifts I'd like to take.
That also means the settlement can start shooting at it when he's in the sky. Because he'll be out in the open rather than under the sea where they can't
Yeah,
see.
if you can drag onto land, they can get the Godwalkers there faster. All right. Well, it sounds like you guys finally have yourself a plan. Okay.
This is like a rock version of Jingle Bells.
It's the Pacific Rim music. Yeah. We're also live. So, what do we got? We got the 5 gods.
Yeah. The broodlings, the younglings, with some diving gear, I guess.
The flyers, which is your men and your birds. Are you flying?
I'm flying. I'm not summoning birds for this fight.
You're not summoning birds?
Nope.
But that's your
There's
thing.
so many penguins around.
I mean, just summoned the birds earlier.
I mean, do you want to use local birds? That doesn't cost. That can't cost effort.
It totally does.
Really?
It costs me a day effort to summon birds, so I'm not gonna.
I see what you mean.
Well, you're definitely no. Shit, I forgot the name of the actor who played Batman '89.
Bird.
Keaton?
Keaton.
Birdman.
Yes, exactly. That was the reference. Danny.
It's not
Joe-
Diane Keaton.
Adam Keaton. Adam West Keaton.
Objection!
Okay, does anyone actually know the name of this guy? Because I don't.
No.
Michael Keaton.
There we go.
Burt Ward Keaton. Burgess Meredith
Meredith
Keaton.
Liberace Keaton.
Meredith again.
Burgoyce Meredith.
Fucking lord.
George Clooney.
Alright, you guys leave the Shatter Dome. And how are you going to draw up Gigan from his watery slumber?
Do we know where he is?
Oh yeah, they can totally throw a marker on it.
Okay.
I know where the egg is, therefore.
Yeah, then we'll sail over on the ship, unless you're making us fly.
I think I'd rather do the flight than I would warn you about leaving the ship anywhere.
Well, I'm just
near
wondering, it doesn't cost you effort to make us fly?
It does, but I can
It's a
withdraw. it.
commit.
Okay. So we'll fly out over the area, and then I'll cast out my hands and summon the tempest of wind that creates a huge whirlwind that slowly parts the sea down to where he is.
Alright, so their Gigan tracker shows you where Gigan is currently, and yes, the water parts and moves away, and like its chainsaw hook hands are covering its face. You see it. 40 feet tall and plated in future tech armor. Some sort of dragon god that's been cybernetically enhanced. Stands there. Its saws are buzzing. Its chest saw, which are like dual router saws, are going. Its eyes charging up. It has hook hands and shoulder-mounted like auto cannons. Gigan is there. You all get to go before Gigan goes.
So,
Yeah.
Rafa, you want to open this?
I'll do my thing. I'll try and I guess I can't sneak up on it because it's not. There's no really to hide.
It's like making a roaring sound. It has like a beak mouth, and it's like roaring.
Okay, I'll go after this thing.
I'm going to tell you about something right now that you're going to want to know about.
Oh, good.
It has a volley negation field.
What? A what negation?
The volley negation field means that a foe who has multiple attacks, such as yourself,
Oh,
you can
crap.
only hit it once, and that one attack does maximum damage. But you must commit all your available multi-attacks to it to even hit it.
Nice.
People with single attacks can hit it all day, every day. Multi-attackers have to single focus. This is an actual thing in the book, right?
Yeah.
I'm not making this up.
No, I know. I believe you. And even if you did, that's
You
cool.
like sort of have something like that.
No, it's a Godwalker.
Oh, yeah.
That was my secret present to you guys. If you kill Gigan, you have a bunch of spare Godwalker parts on hand. Because somebody, I'm not going to say who, He's building a Godwalker.
How do you know my secret?
At my weakest
You have
moment,
so many secrets. It's hard not to stumble on one.
All of us are going to Billy Godwalker, right?
I'm gonna make a call though.
You don't know how to what? You don't know how to smite? Uh-oh.
I'm gonna make a call on this one, and I'm gonna say that this counts as a magical guard beast. It's literally sitting there and other of animal servitors of intelligent beings. Is it a magical guard beast?
It is not. Keegan is a Godwalker dragon hybrid construct. It is a abomination of the future past.
Okay.
It is not a unicorn, nor is it a Keyrin, nor is it a delightful Grandmother Willow. Unfortunately. I'm just so sorry. Damn.
You're a
No.
magic
If this
Godwalker.
was King Ghidorah or Mothra, definitely.
No, I think what I'm
Which is what Dairochi is. That's King Ghidorah in there, waiting to be hatched.
Yeah, I think
If it
I'm.
was Mothra, we could just use the lighthouses.
I know. I was like, I was really waffling on what it would be if it was Mothra, because I gave you lighthouses.
Blinky, you've saved us.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, don't worry, sir, I got this. And it like guides it directly into a bonfire.
And it's bigger than a small building,
Oh yeah.
so I can't pick it up.
Punch it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk over and punch it in the face.
Yeah. If you have multi-attack sequences, you have to spend all of them to hit.
Yep, that's fine. I'm just gonna use one effort for red jaws, and that will be. And I think I'll just try and concentrate on not getting killed by it.
Commit scene day.
Day.
All right, go for it. You do max damage.
Yep, one hit, max damage.
I don't know what that is. Oh god.
4. It's always 4.
If only we could do straight damage.
I can. It's just really, really expensive.
All right, that is Lothar. Lothar goes in and tears and claw bites onto it. Like he is on top of the thing, tearing into its armor. Who goes next?
I'm going to miracle up the fury of the heavens and summon a thunderous bolt of lightning to strike it down.
Okay. What words did you use to hurt it, by the way? Did you use any miracles or gifts?
No, I used a martial art.
Good to know. All right, Fury of the Heavens on Geegan.
So 4 damage, hardiness save for half.
It will do that hardiness save. It has 5+ saves. 18. So 2 damage. Yeah, a lightning bolt strikes down on it and, like, fries some of the circuitry in its implants.
Oh, and I also activate Shattering Hand.
It's a good thing to activate. It's a good move. It's a good move. Good move. Are you going to smite it?
Yeah.
You spend an effort for the day and do your level and d8's damage.
For level 4?
That's right.
Yeah. And it's not straight damage, so it goes from the chart.
Yeah, it's chart damage.
What word was smited with?
I guess. Network?
Try to overload its systems?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 damage.
Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, as part of the system starts to seize and overload. Blades are spinning. Who's next?
I guess I'll also smite it. Just normal at my shrapnel, I guess.
Using your dragon breath?
I mean, it is a dragon, so probably it will be slightly immune to it. So fertility, because I don't think it has
Sure.
that.
Give it cancer.
Yeah.
The biggest of K's. Special K. Cancer.
6
Oh
damage.
my god. 18. Alright, vampire.
All right. Murky aims at one of the cameras on one of the mechs, and it powers up based on the number of people watching from the city, like based off viewership. So it charges up into a city smite that launches from the camera.
Very good.
Nice.
Very good.
Based off the hearts and souls of everyone there. 6, 8, 2, 4.
6.
2, 2, 2.
Yeah.
It's 2, 2, 1, 1.
Which
So 6
is
damage.
6 damage. You guys are carving through Yegan. He's not doing really good.
Smites, man. Smites.
Yeah, I just picked up the Gatekeeper from the book.
Cool.
Should have
guess
shut off his stream.
And now we can say mobs.
Oh no, we've been doing the enemy and the mobs, haven't we?
No.
No?
Or was that a different game?
I think that was a different game. Also, have you gone yet?
Yeah,
he smoked.
Oh,
Smoked.
okay.
Cancer.
All right.
Okay.
Having the NPC mobs, like the PC NPC mobs go before the NPCs go, just means you guys focus fire and chum them down with armies.
Yes.
Which, just saying, little quick for what you're doing.
Okay.
You should at least let there be a roll off of some sort.
Might as well let the monster. I mean, it's not really a.
Let's
Like-
make it interesting.
Like, if it's PCs, main enemies, and then mobs go, at least there's a pace to the fight.
Is there initiative when it comes to non-Godbound
Yeah.
versus...
It's you, then them. So the players go first, and everyone else goes second.
Yep.
The mobs are everyone else.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, like it's just that we don't have to fucking roll dice all day, every day.
Simpler this way.
Okay, Keegan's gonna take his 3 goddamn actions now before you fucking
Sure.
kill him and no go. Alright. Where are the mobs? Where are they?
They're a fair distance away. Well, they haven't come in yet.
You're also
Mine's
invisible.
That too.
I mean, mines are probably swimming in the water now around it so they can chum it.
Are they within 300 feet?
Yes. Of it, I guess. Sure.
I'm asking everyone.
Is it flying?
No, Keegan is not flying.
Okay.
It's in the water.
Are they within 300 feet, your guys? So they can move in and attack?
Realistically, probably, because the guns are fucking useless.
They have to get in close to hit it.
Yeah.
Okay. Geegan's visor powers up, and he unleashes the Devourer of Armies on them. On all the mobs.
Ah.
So 4d20 straight damage.
Yeah. Just don't roll. There's no. Actually, no. They could conceivably.
Could all for once.
The Murky steps off the swimming goats he's been standing on for, his positioning
Truth bullet, maybe.
51 damage to all non-worthy foes.
as they explode.
Well, what level is it? Are they?
One of us really should have taken Withhold the Mercy.
No, not you guys. You're Godbound. Godbound are
Yeah.
always worthy foes.
What level is it?
Oh, it's level... Like, it caps out at 20.
Okay.
Like, it caps out at 10. Like, it has 35 hit points.
Okay.
That's its...
So, yeah. All of the mobs are chummed out.
Anyone willing to prevent that?
How?
Withholding the
not a
mercy or
gift.
something.
Is it the Broodlings or is it
There's the broodlings, there's the younglings, there's Hawkmen,
the goats?
actual people.
Would I be able to stop this with a phone ability or?
I mean, you can stop them from dying. This is not a
No,
gift.
it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's a Godwalker.
Yeah. This is just an artillery weapon. It's just going to murder them, unless you have, like, a health or fertility gift to keep them alive.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm afraid not.
Splat.
I can't cancel it out with a sudden.
Yeah. Eye laser. Turn 1. Turn 2. It starts spending effort in the background. I have to actually start marking this off, actually. Mark.
Hardy har.
Yes. So it's going to activate Sanctified to the Word.
Uh-huh.
Lord, your mother.
So it'll sanctify itself against the powers of Sky, which means it's now immune to Sky Smites. Thank you, Jesus. Who did the most damage with? Oh, it's just rolls.
6
There's no
and
way.
6.
There's no way could
Someone's
possibly
maybe-
account for all of you.
Mm.
There's literally no way.
This is why armies are such a thing. Like
Right?
armies versus armies. Dick Army.
Well, it's gonna do Sky for now because Sky's what you're gonna be hitting it with, right?
Well, not next turn.
Not next turn, but it might live 2 turns. And if it lives 2 turns, that's 1 effort well spent.
Yeah, it does shut down my main artillery.
Yeah. In that case, then it's going to start Finger of Godding people.
This is Azazel's territory.
Oh no. Lothar, you're on it.
Yep.
Lothar, fuck you. All right, its chainsaw hands start attacking you. What's your AC?
I'm going to invoke a miracle. We are going to do the only hit me on natural 20s, even if they are hit.
Here we go.
I have also.
It misses.
Oh, good.
You're good. It doesn't roll a natural 20. Alright, last action. Is there anyone left airborne? Who is airborne? Are you airborne? You're airborne?
Yep.
You.
Okay.
You. It is going to use its wing cutter maledictions. Its anti-air beam of congealed curses. Spitting razor blades of resin hatred spin up at its shoulders and fire out at you as if you were a Mothra. What's your AC?
0.
That's a lot. 31. So it hits.
Actually, my AC is -12.
Oh, fuck.
How much damage?
Oh,
does it
never
do?
mind. I don't have to roll to hit. It automatically hits flyers.
Ooh.
And it does... Okay, yeah. It has to roll normally against you. But auto hits you if you're in the air. If you were a lesser foe or a mob, it would do straight damage. Hey, I got a 10. 4 damage.
That's okay.
Alright, that's Gigan's entire turn. Should have given it an army. Should have given it an army of neo-humans.
It's a beam, right? So it can conceivably be dodged?
Oh no! Razor blades discs. Super dodgeable.
Okay, I will dodge it. Just because I want to put on a show for the...
Not get hurt once.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Jump
camera
on,
zooms on those
jump on the
and
discs
all
and
that.
like jump on them and dance off them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
okay.
you
Bounce
look
one to one.
Somersault
awesome.
between.
If anyone wants to see what this thing looks like, later check out page 211. It costs 48 to minion to build a Gigan.
Yeah, back at home for that city smite, there's literally like lettering on the screen that's like raise your arms to support the gods.
T-pose to assert the city's dominance. I'm just amazed. In my head, it feels one of people T-posing and using, and like the T's are flying into the screen,
Already,
adding pluses to the video.
already someone's putting up like a "I will remember you" for the dead Hawkman. No one does that for the goats.
No. Why would they?
Although no one will ever forget the goats.
No one.
Never
I mean,
forget.
We'll never forget. Mission accomplished.
I mean, if I brought the vast mob, they might have survived.
Could.
Next time.
For the commercial break, it just cuts to a close up of one of the goats and tears on his eyes and it's like never forget.
That's not a goat. That's a dwarf in goat makeup.
It's cuter.
It's
The only way we can make them seem cute.
It's actually a crying goat. It's
All
like
right.
a phantom goat.
How are you guys gonna kill Gigan? You have one turn before he attacks again.
Oh no, it's a 12 hit point, guys. Who hasn't smitten yet?
Are all our minions dead?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
He vaporized them.
Let's see. I guess I could smite. I guess you could smite with might.
Mike smite. You might smite with might.
With might smite, with all
Do it.
might.
Shut your mouth, Mr. Mixelpiddle.
Mixelpiddle.
I was thinking of Bryce White, the White
His
Knight.
nose in it.
The power of white sight.
That's the best part of Supergirl. Is the episode where Mr. Mixelpiddle comes in. They all pronounce his name perfectly correct every time, and it just rolls off their tongue, and no one breaks up. They say it as if it's a normal name, like the stern, DEO Martian Manhunters. Like, we have to put an end to Mr. Mixelpiddle, and they never flub it, and they never act like this is the stupidest
48, right?
fucking part of Superman lore. It's amazing.
It'd be funnier if they were constantly stumbling over it.
No, they pronounce it right. It's like, how are you saying it right? It's like, yeah, we're multilingual. What are you, racist?
8 points.
Nice.
No vowels. 8 goddamn points, you goddamn monster.
8, 8, 8, 7.
Smarts are only going to get stronger over time.
Sparks are flying everywhere. Oh, I didn't put Gigan's theme on. I'm going to do it before he dies. Before he definitely dies.
Lothar delivers a flying uppercut.
Sparks are flying off of the man in the acting suit.
Now I'm going to fucking try this
What are
again.
you
should.
going to do?
My fucking bees.
You're going to shoot a bee at him?
Bunch of bees.
Punch it. 15. What's your plus to hit?
Gigan is AC 4.
Oh,
So
something you hit.
no.
No?
So I have a +6 to hit.
Its armor's too thick. You
Oh
have
wait,
to-
no. Sorry, I was thinking of AC as backwards. It took off my roll, but it adds to my roll.
You
Yeah.
did hit
Yes, I
it.
do
You
hit.
did it, Nicole!
Do it.
Fucking Lee.
Can you roll
Roll
a
your
10?
damage. D10 probably plus something.
Is it possible to roll a 10, Nicole, and kill Gigan in one hit?
1.
You did that.
Yes.
Oh, 8 with your
8,
modifier,
9, 10. So yeah.
A swarm of Geegans kills Geegan. He's exploding sparks everywhere, like in a Sentai show.
Yeah.
Sparks in the suit actor. He's like parts of him are falling off. His hooks are going off. And then finally, those razor blades, just like in goddamn Final Wars, the razor blades he shot at Mantiel swing back like a boomerang as he's stumbling around blind and sever his own head, instead of going back to the shoulder sockets, falling off as he falls backwards and detonates.
Excellent.
That happened in Final Wars. We should watch Final Wars again.
We still have a job to do here.
Used to be Gigon, now he just be gone.
There it is. You did it much better than I could have. I feel like you built on the foundation of my riff.
So now I guess we have to go into the ocean and beat the shit out of this egg.
That's going to be a milk run. It's an egg. It can't possibly defend itself. There's no Planned Parenthood around to protect it.
I mean,
Can
it's
we,
about
That's
shell.
what they do.
Can we literally like scramble it and eat it, or is that bad?
Azazel will do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Get the giant. We can have the kitten drop its giant whisk spinner down.
You have that, right? A giant. Oh, I
You
just
can
make
build
one.
that,
I'll make
right?
one.
It's an action. It'll take you a
Marquis
single
makes
time.
one. It goes down.
Can we seal this thing and maybe use it for a project?
I mean,
As you guys are omeleting up.
I mean, it's probably got some parts inside of it. We have to eat through the gooey outside.
Wait, no,
first.
wait. It's a living, like, it has a
Thing?
brain.
It's a fetus.
It's a.
is this wrong?
Fertility or health would have.
What are you trying to say, Nicole?
He hates cannibalism.
No, it's true.
Cannibalism? He's not a breaker. It's not a, and it's not a.
No, he doesn't like eating sentient creatures.
So he's a
It's true.
vegan.
It's in
It's
there.
part of his fucking religion.
It is in there.
One of the main basic rules
I
of his religion.
guess you'll have salad.
Yeah,
Azazel will eat.
this is just the equivalent. Like they're making important parts in there, but it's the equivalent of if you like break an egg wrong and the shell winds up in it. You just pick it out. It's fine. It's fine.
There's
I'm
one
assuming
like-
you guys throw tow cables down and start dragging Geegan's body out of here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. The Godwalkers show up because you left without them because they're slower than your guys' flight
should-
gifts.
We should have brought some helicopters.
The Godwalkers haul the people out of the pods. People are saved. You save everything. They agree to rip down the Shatter Dome and move to your city. They're all cheering your name.
Excellent.
Matael completely destroyed this thing.
As Blue body sat watching a shower.
That's what they saw.
Oh.
Matael danced the blades and tricked them into cutting Geegan's head off. Matael keeps doing it to you.
The one time I actually fucking hit!
Don't worry, I appreciate you, God.
Throw him in the ocean.
It's boiling because of the egg cooking.
See, this is what Godbound does to us.
This is exactly why I threw away the idea that all my worshippers shouldn't just be Acer and Thing.
It gets a little sad. It's like, yeah, they love me. It's like me with all my cats,
All my Acerns.
all my Acerins.
Putting those little like sponges in the water and it's Acer and Thing's head when they unfold. This is a way to have several of me in your house. Or don't. I don't mind.
I'm disposable.
Compliment machines from We Happy Few.
I haven't played that yet. I have no idea what those are.
There's literally machines you can buy, and they just compliment you all day long.
That's nice.
You did it, gang. You
We
killed Geegan. Oh god.
So we go back to the city with an entire other civilization that we're just gonna slot on.
Assimilate.
It's gonna take some time to haul them all over one at a time.
Oh yeah. One at a time.
Summon some birds, and they can carry you.
Okay, so yeah, that is the adventure you need to get the Shatter Dome up and running.
Now what?
Well,
You're all standing around in there.
we had some Jacob Town to visit or something.
The zoo.
And the zoo.
That was the zoo.
We never went to that chapel.
With chapel.
Many moons ago, there was discussion of a chapel right after we fought the Breaker.
What chapel? Which chapel?
I'm
Have to be more
positive
specific.
this was mentioned. You want to just hit the pause or something. The I'm positive we were going to go visit, like, there was something related to, like, Elvis Chapel.
That's literally the zoo.
The zoo.
Oh, that is the zoo. Okay.
The zoo. You guys want to take a vacation at the zoo?
Like a vacation. Okay. I'm fine with that.
All right. Well, the Shadow Dome is underway. Inexplicably, you all gather up in the kitten, take a couple days to rest, and fly east, and then a little south to the Great Divide. So, for reference, the Great Divide is the hole in the world where there used to be a giant divine mountain that detonated some time ago, and that's where all the mountain ranges on the west and east side of the world are from. It's from that one mountain blowing apart. It's a giant Grand Canyon cut in the middle of the world that the ocean is draining into the cracks of because it goes all the way through. And on the northernest tip, far away from the, what do you call them? Far away from the Helldivers' base of operations, is a community in the canyon, built next to the ocean on the cliffside.
Beach episode.
No! All of the architecture looks bubble fabricated or kind of brutalist, kind of like Simon Fraser University mixed in with like Swedish, like rich people houses that are all bubbly. You know the type. They're all dome-like and hobbity. It's like
Yeah,
New
like
Zealand.
the weird geodesic.
Yeah, geodesic
dome.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hobbity looking.
There's a couple of them in.
Anyway, it's a big campus. Looks like there's like a few thousand people living here. It's just a big future tech city. It's a colony. It's a full-on future colony. And they have like a whole part of the ocean ringed off like seafold.
Do you know about
And like big zoo enclosures and stuff and like domes for like arboretums and shit.
This is not one of the major factions. Do you know if it, from the future, have you seen these people before?
I have absolutely no idea who they are, outside of the fact that they apparently... There's gods living here? Some very, very weak gods. Very specific things. And I'm honestly rather surprised they made the journey and survived it.
You guys land outside of the city, put down your little landing struts on the kitten before you retire her for your war vessel.
Makes sense.
Put her on the bonfire.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Viking
Kitten
funeral.
wins. Alright, well, you step out. A few teenagers, and with like their little siblings kind of walk out. They're wearing long red, green, and blue kind of tie-dyed robes that have a little crown on a necklace they're all wearing. Like it's a little like stylized three-point crown that has like 3 circles in it. And they all just kind of approach, looking like hippies. Dirty, music-hating, drug-peddling hippies.
Christ.
Gonna burn this place to the ground.
I can't quote that one video.
No, you can't. Hello there, newcomers.
Aha.
Welcome to the village of Jacob. You're all very unique looking. Have you come to commune with the higher powers?
Yes.
We come to see your gods.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Oh, we have celebrities among us in this tour. That's Lothar of the Hill People.
You'll be sued by Lord Michaels. It's Lothar the Slayer.
The Slayer. I thought it was the Plainsman.
It is the Plainsman. You said hill people.
Yeah.
Like they're talking. You got a lot of names, man. And Matael, the Sky Freer. The hero.
Yes.
And miscellaneous friends. New friends.
And co.
Yeah. And plus ones.
It is such a pleasure to see your quaint
Like I
settlements.
want to make my new fact something about being famous, but anytime I'm famous, it's because people hate me. So
Just
Keep
run
a low
with it.
profile.
Roll with it.
Spite with it.
Don't even be like, hey, like, oh my gosh, she's the nemesis. Be like, oh,
Someone's
she's kind of a
jealous.
bitch.
Spite with it, Nicole. Then smite with it.
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Just start taking them names and like, oh, when I'll be, god of this whole world, you're gonna disappear, and you're
Well,
gonna
why don't you
disappear.
come along with us? Do you want to see a tour of Jacob Village?
yes, why is it called that?
Our founder, Jacob the First. Jacob the Innocent.
Sounds Julia right.
Interesting.
Tell us your sob story.
Pardon me?
All the gods got 8. Just for these ones. That's pretty tragic.
Yeah. Take us on a tour.
All right, then. Let's move along, single file. Be careful not to stray off the path. And they just started, like, they talk about the village when it was
That's
established.
what she wants.
They just pissed off about not getting the glory for Geegan.
Yeah.
Stewing, waiting to become evil. Like the Crimson Marquis.
Waiting.
What was that?
Who said that? I'll kill anyone who's lawful.
I mean, 2 of them have already commuted with, the Hell Lords, so...
Oh yeah, you guys both have done that.
This isn't like a thing where we're like, low-level clerics being like, we're communing with the evil demons. It's like we're gods. We're dealing with things that are equivalent in power to us.
Also, like, it's my son?
Also,
Basically.
they're communing with demon lords, but are you guys any better for communing with Faust?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
who has created more evil in this world? Who's created more suffering? I mean, the fucking Iconoclast, the Gand, the Hyper... I mean, really.
Is this actually in character, this
No.
conversation?
Oh god, it'd be great. Oh, it'd be the day. Like in the middle of these nice, peaceful people. It's like, so yes, our people we're a people of pacifists. We don't believe in violence. We believe in peace. We think that... No, unlike the Amish, we do defend ourselves.
It's not
To the
kind
ground.
of people.
But we just want to live in harmony with the natural world. And the natural laws set out by its designer. Him. And when he says that, the ground and like the air shakes, as it always happens when you say his name.
Just have a machine.
It doesn't
Says
sound-
the name of the...
This, I should be appreciative of this, but for some reason I'm filled with foreboding.
They bring you into
It's
the
not
Visitors
great.
Pagoda, and like they talk about the history of their place, their cultures, the symbolism and stuff, and it's like, we're just getting ready to prepare for the tour, so you can see the nature preservation.
Perfect.
Ricky's kind of looking around at the artwork, and then he's like, did we ever let that man out of the janitorial closet? Did we ever?
That was decades ago.
I mean, we burned the place to the ground, so...
Oh, I guess he's dead.
There's someone walking by in a large fish costume, and they're like, there's like small kids, and they're playing with them, and they're like offering him like little like bowls of like stuff in water, and he's like taking a straw and drinking them. It's a fish costume with a little crown. There's a woman in a snake costume who's doing the same thing, but people are like they're like gummy rats and stuff and vermin, and
So the
there's
real
chapels everywhere and little shrines. Kids are eating like a candy that's like a heated rock that you can chew on. That's like a, kind of like a caramel. All right. Well, it is 1/4 the last stage of the sun, so that means it's time for us to go to the feeding hour. Come on. They take you out to the water enclosure, and like there are seats that look chapel-y, like benches to pray on, and people are sitting and praying in piety, and like a head priest who's wearing like the robes and has like a little fish and a crown pendant around them and a staff is all like giving a speech, talking about piety, talking about the calming waves and all that. And like as they're saying that, in the background, a crane with a large amount of like krill and stuff in a bag is going over the enclosure and dipping down. And the hoop comes up near it that's lighting up to light up on the surface. It's like, now he's a little shy, so we're going to use the light to draw him up. And they're talking to you about it. It's like the light will draw him to the surface, and he'll grab his food, and we'll all be able to worship him.
Interesting.
They play calm music, and there's a bit of a jazz going on. There's a live band playing, and then a giant 70-foot long steelhead tuna, like not like with actual metal, like just the breed of tuna, pops out through the hoop, eats the krill. It has a giant gold crown on its head. It looks like, old and ancient, and it is stuck on the bag for a bit, and then it has to cut the bag and let it go, and it goes into the water, and then it just kind of stays at the surface of the water, hanging out by the dock, so people walk up to pet it, and put little flowers on its head and worship it. That thing is a god. You can tell. You can tell your own kind.
Huh.
And they keep it in a cage.
No. Of course not. No. Queda, the Ocean Lord. He is a peaceful and gentle soul. we would be very concerned if you were to go back into the wild and be released back into captivity, out of captivity.
You would absolutely be eaten by
His
Goliath.
enclosure keeps him safe and comfortable and happy. He gets daily worship and grooming and care, and we keep an eye out for any ailments that may befall him. It's not safe beyond the wall.
It's a benevolent captivity, but it's still captivity.
Well, he doesn't seem to mind. He's very happy with the worship he's getting and the peace and calm and tranquility that we offer him.
I have a question. Do you believe that it's wrong for parents to keep their children? Because they're too weak to live on their own. Should we just put babies in the forest to live on their own because, you don't want to keep them captive?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying here?
They're not. Children aren't captives.
They are. They're not allowed to go where they want. They have to
They
go to
can't
bed.
leave.
They're not allowed to leave the house without permission. They are 100% captives.
Perhaps we should speak to this god and find out if this is an
we play
accurate
the gong?
metaphor.
Oh yes, go
We
speak
should,
with him.
but I'm very curious about what this,
Children should be allowed to roam free.
Free range.
Free range
Free range
children.
children.
That's how they get tastier.
Queda is not a free-range divinity. He is a very gentle god.
Oh no, absolutely. He is the god of holistic medicine.
no, he's the
You're
god
thinking of
of
another.
ocean. Of water? A fish?
Queda is the lord of all omnivorous fish.
All omnivorous fish, specifically.
Sharks, of course not. They're born swimming. They're far too violent for him. The ones that only eat kelp and plankton, again, not within his purview. Like crabs or whatnot. Those don't really fall into it. He's Queda. He's the ocean lord.
Imagine if Lothar was infirm, a pacifist, and was only god of budgies. That is the equivalent. If we let him out into the wild as a plainsman, he would die very, very quickly.
I'm not arguing with what the inevitable result would be.
How's
Let
Oh,
nature
I
take its
see.
course.
So you literally just think he should die.
He's like floating on his side and they're scrubbing him and like they're putting oils on him and stuff. He's like
So-
covered in tattoos and divine markings.
Just to be clear,
So I'll just
your philosophy isn't about freedom. Your philosophy is the strong should constrain the weak.
Survival of the fittest.
Kill or be killed.
Natural selection.
We were just saying this out
I was waiting for
loud.
someone to say milk or be milk. The natural conclusion.
That's what you're saying. It's not about freedom. It's
No,
not about
I'm
everyone
saying
being
in
safe.
an ideal world, people should be free in
To
a
die.
way that they would not be killed by the
but
strong.
they will die.
Yeah,
Right,
this
because
isn't
nature
an
is
ideal
wrong and fucked up and needs to be changed.
But that's what will happen. So you're saying everyone should die now because everything's not perfect right now. Also, are you saying that is this specifically for people or just the world in general?
were you looking at me?
Are you
No.
wanting to be a vegan here?
What?
It's a foul word. Where do we come from?
Grass eater.
Look,
Yeah, I don't eat meat.
Why don't we go speak to him?
You make swords. You
Yeah,
put swords out into the world so that the strong can defeat and kill people.
no, I level the playing field so that the weak can oppose the strong.
See, everyone has swords.
But given a Malthusian conundrum for ethics, what can we say is the true... Damn it, sorry, all my guys are dead, and all the cue cards are completely out of order.
Doesn't having one of those swords simply make them one of the stronger? And then, it doesn't level the playing field. It simply makes another strong person. The same as one of them winning a lottery or
But if
becoming
you,
a god.
if you give this swords to the strong ones and the weak ones, they are about the same strength. In the end.
No.
I don't believe that's how swords work.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they have chum. The Marquis goes to grab some chum to feed to the fish.
Yeah, it opens its mouth. Its teeth are all like flat and stuff and perfectly smooth, like they're made out of like soapstone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it nibbles softly from your hand. Flat of the hand, sir. Flat of the hand.
It's been a while. How are you doing? Right?
whale
I thought
noises.
they'd have died off too. He just kind of nods, pats it on the
It
head.
has a giant artifact crown on the top of its head that has jewelry markings on it and is giving out throbbing with power.
You can dance at it to speak with it.
I can.
You can make a translator.
If it's intelligent, I can also understand it.
The Marquis can, because this is a big enough place that he can
Is
talk with
that
anything
crown
living in
a
it.
limiter?
A what?
Is that crown limiting its power, Devon?
Oh, no. That's one of the gifts from Joliar. Joliar took the 3 gentlest and kindest gods in the pantheon and gifted them with crowns of their stations so that they would be safe and be able to defend themselves better.
Artifice.
Yeah, it's an artifact crown. It has a bunch of effort and smites and defensive gifts in it.
Oh, so it's actually useful rather than keeping them down. That's right.
It's like when a mother gives her rich, meek child something that really makes them stand out
A
amongst the
suit of
bullies at school.
T-45 Annihilator power armor.
Yes.
Oh. Useful.
Well, who wants to come and get their likeness drawn with the god? Come along. We have a sketch artist here. It'll be nice. We'll frame it.
As he takes a slab of the stone, smacks it, and has his own liking perfect thing. Stone.
Yeah, Lothar will actually get a picture taken.
Yeah, and they get the artist out with oil paints, and they paint you in the red sun, like the red background of the sun with Queda.
Because the Marquis was wearing like a t-shirt from this place now. And
He feels Lothar's going to turn into a bird for this momentous occasion.
Alright, there you go. You guys have a nice picture of you guys with the god. Alright, now, our next exhibit of divine affection is crepuscular. Do you know what that word means? It means they are most active during the hours of twilight. So come on, move along, we're walking. Quade's going to nap now in his safety cave. They say Queda weighs is the heaviest and most massive of any divine seagoing mammal.
The mammal.
you're at a competition,
Isn't he
Zazel.
a tuna?
He's a type of mammalian tuna.
Huh.
Would you gainsay God?
He gives birth live, as all gods do. Pointing towards the broodlings.
Gross.
Well, like vampire, broodlings, probably all you guys.
Yeah,
Bees.
gods are weird like that.
So the next they bring you to a thick jungle enclosure with high fences and like staircases to go down. And there's like low kind of like infrared lights, and there's a lot of like kind of warmth around here. They're like, now be very quiet, don't startle or anything, as they bring out like a cow. It's like has flowers and drapes around its horns and stuff. And, like you guys are walking with the cow, people are petting the cow. And, like they bring you to like a little cave in the ground, and like a large cobra starts coming out. Again, with one of those crowns on its head. The crown is totally subverting its natural stealth. It's not great at stealth with that giant glowing Joliar crown. Alright, now, who knows anything about our next god that we worship? No one? That's not a bad thing. This is Huey. And he, or they, through some interpretations, are the god of holistic medicine. Medicine learned from the planes, from the natural world, not granted through magic.
It's a useful skill.
Herbal remedies, what part of the sun to sleep under to cure headaches, what rocks to swallow to get rid of bezoars, all these things. Huey is the lord of them, and his body itself is a tunnel through the underworld to rebirth. It is said that when the rampaging goblinette lord was struck in low, she went to him and he swallowed her alive, and when she passed through him, she came out living once more. And they put a stun gun to the cow, and it drops, and then Huey eats it dead. And then it leaves the cave, and after a while the cow walks out. Younger.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they're collecting scales and bits of its skin it's shed, and they're showing you it, and it has rainbow patterns. It's look, it's almost pure mithril.
Rainbows are bad.
What do you do with the excess skin?
Oh, we weave it into clothing, cloth, a sort of hemp rope we find that's all natural and biodegradable over time.
Is this purchasable?
No. You don't sell the parts of God to people. That would be sacrilegious and disrespectful. This is a very respectful community.
I will sell you one of Azazel's toenail clippings for $5.
No, here we revere the gods and treat them as our superior beings that we give our complete worship to. We give into all of their wishes and offerings and worship them all day. They are the ones who are in control here.
This is so glorious and condescending. I
I
love
love you
it.
had anti-lie gifts.
I don't think I even need
Except
those
for
to just
command.
tell that these people are pretty convinced what they're doing is,
Did you
super
know that
important.
Huihu was one of the first gods to be eaten by the Hunnifer Lord Samoon when she became the twisted divine cannibal? It's true. She wanted to eliminate competition.
Makes sense to start from the bottom.
Oh, no. She had already consumed the spark of Kaparaka. She just wanted to eliminate competition for her growing pyramid scheme empire.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's all something new.
That
Oh,
is something
shit,
important about Huihu. He was a very valuable target in the divine war.
This is something we should all keep in mind for our friends in the north.
This is something I specifically should keep in mind for our friends in the north.
Don't be Ethan.
She's the first thing she did was try to take out competition, and I mean, our religions are almost identical in a lot of places.
You kind of ripped off her a little.
Yeah, she had a good scheme going. Everyone loved her.
I wanted on the scam!
She was like one of the first vampires, and now the marquise of vampire gods.
Yeah, basically, she was one of the first vampires. She was a divine vampire. So you want to hang out with Huihu at all?
Yeah, I'll actually. Yeah, Lothar actually is surprisingly okay with this place. He has this. Okay, when did they come out with the thing where they try and eat us all or something equally absurd? That is apparently not a thing.
No, they can they'll leave you little things out of the scales to give to you if you want, little bracelets, friendship bracelets with the symbol of Huihu and polished soapstone.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah, so they give you stuff.
It's a little cute little thing because these natural medicines and the first couple levels of my thing is that.
Let's put it all on
Actually,
Azazel's tab. He can literally afford everything here. He has infinite money.
Lothar was actually considering for the next level up taking the low magic path, the supernatural healing, the
Merciful hands.
no, not merciful hands, the other one.
Hedge magic.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, anyone want to talk in front of Huihu? Huihu's right there as a snake.
I don't have anything to say to them.
Lothar just bows and sort of waves, basically.
It looks at you with milky old snake eyes, not respectfully, disrespectfully. Just looks at you calmly, like a cobra.
So he died and came back? That was the thing?
Oh, you'll find that in the past history of the epistle, that's the one thing you can count on. Gods die, they come back. Huihu died 3 times. The most of any of the lower pantheon.
He was lucky.
They move Huihu over, and then kind of some of the priests attract him with some glow sticks, so he looks away from you guys to the cobra marking on his back, which is an infinity symbol. His symbol is the eternal cycle of rebirth and death. It is natural to him. That symbol, the infinity sign, comes from Huihu. It was part of Faust's natural mathematical laws of the world.
It's very interesting.
Or the concept of Ouroboros, the serpent that eats its tail, infinity. That's Huihu as well.
You pronounce that in an interesting way.
Yeah, that's how he pronounced it. It's from Redwarf. It's a reference, bitch.
It's just my style.
So, yeah, you guys got any questions for the medicine god?
No, I'm just gonna fume. I'll even have a little storm cloud over me.
That's amazing. Alright, well, it retreats back into its cave and kind of puts its head down. like a lamb to the slaughter. Well,
All right.
it's nighttime, which means one of our more colorful shows is about to begin. Follow along. We're moving. We're moving out of the enclosure. We take along another path to a dome, and there's like large like machinery outside that looks like it's keeping the temperature at a certain temperature. Like it's shunting excess heat. So we're going to go inside, you know, and we're going to be very calm. This god is a little more skittish than the others. It's had a bit of a colored history. We're rehabilitating it, you know. It was found in the wild injured, and we're trying to just, you know, nurse it back to health, and then it'll be better for more public shows.
Oh, look at it. It's there. That would be perfect.
You go in the dome, and it's an arid desert biome in here as opposed to like a jungle forest or an ocean. And there's like rocks and caves, and there's like scorpions and turtles and whatever lives in deserts. One of the two. Cacti.
I don't think turtle.
And in the middle, there's a large volcanic stone that's boiling hot, and curled around it is a big like monitor lizard / iguana type thing. Its skin is like a coruscanting lava lamp, basically. And also has one of those crowns. Now, I bet you no one here knows the name of this member of our collection. Give you a hint. Turned an entire planet into war machines and tried to destroy the world 3 times.
I want to say like Uliath.
Uliath is a good guess. So Uliath was the
Heath, right?
close but wrong, I'm afraid. So Uliath was the combination of a lich god and Heath, the god of nuclear energy, who became the construction god, Uliath. Julius was the name of the lich. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. It's a new attraction. It's a new attraction at the park. And they rampaged across, fought with the elven nature god, the whole thing. But Heath had a brother, not of nuclear energy, but of molten rock. And that was Herak. His twin. They were conjoined when they were born and then split apart over time. A two-headed lizard of energy and molten rock. Of the states of matter shifting. Plasma and molten matter. Herak was, of course, not as well documented in the many Bibles and triumphs of the Epistle. He mostly still hung out in the Volcano Primeval, where we found him injured in the future, starved, hurt. Looks like poachers were trying to hunt him for his divine bee corpus. So we took him in and we were rehabilitating him.
Lovely.
But see the light play off of his lava and his rocks and his skin on the dome. It's like a constellation of the underworld. It's a very nice show to just relax and take some relaxing medicine with to kind of guide you through spiritual journeys.
You fucking hippies.
Yeah, get high and watch the lava lamp god. That's what he's there for.
Dave's not here, man.
You guys have anything you want to do with Herak?
Is he hurt still?
Yeah, he has like a mangled hind paw, and like some of his tail's like all has scar tissue on it.
Can I heal him?
It's too big. It's like to his spiritual core.
Marquis just kind of stares into the pattern for a while.
It's fucking nautic.
Oh yes, he's fully paying attention.
Like a moth to a lamp, brother.
What's this guy's name again?
Herak.
Everyone loves Herak.
Hypnotoad style.
So Jordan himself and his original followers rescued these gods?
Yep, Jordan the Innocent led the crusade.
Crusade, as in they went around.
Well, they were part of the original kill team that the Joliarites used to subdue the divinities, but after putting down Joliar only asked that the innocent be spared the divine rampage, and Jordan, of course, wouldn't turn his back on his own god's word. So after they started, turning through the pantheon and taking apart the traitor gods and using their parts to allow us to save ourselves for the past, we found that we actually had enough material and didn't need to remove the last of the pantheon. So Jordan brought his people together, our ancestors, and said that these ones would live.
That does sound like Joliar.
And so the Joliar 3 are kept happy and safe and healthy and well worshipped for the rest of their days.
We need to end this madness.
You mean the only thing keeping these things alive?
Yes.
Why?
No.
Why do you want them to die?
Because they need to be free.
That's not
You mean
freedom.
dead.
That's his...
What
What was the gods when they died?
Better dead than a captive.
They're not a captive. They're living safe.
They're in
and comfy.
cages.
View what happens when
They
someone
can-
dies in this world.
They're
Like,
intelligent, are they not? Like they see.
Oh yeah, they're totally sapient. They like grant people cleric spells.
Are they? They don't seem to communicate anything to us.
No one's talked to them. You guys aren't talking to them. You're just
The
hanging
only
out.
person who
You're
can
looking at the Jurassic Park
has gone
exhibits.
mental.
I haven't gone mental.
Well, you haven't tried talking
That's-
with them.
That's the. Should we break you out, man? Captivity is wrong.
That is a thing you could do. None of these things are even closely related to birds, so
I mean, what if they talk people language?
Also, there's literally no way to escape captivity in this world. If you die in captivity, you just go to another type of captivity in hell where you can't escape.
The ultimate captivity. Tortured forever.
Freeing them would just lead them to dying and going to hell. And
It's theorized that Herak, Queda, and Huey divine power would return back to Fui and unbalance the divine war.
Don't do that.
that would be terrible.
unfortunately, I don't have any means of conversing with this guy.
I mean, you could try talking. Maybe it can understand you.
Well, we did address it, but it didn't seem to.
Herak is skittish. We had to save him from poachers. He's the one we're still rehabilitating before we can actually make him a full part of the park's exhibits.
I'll ask him how he's doing.
So if you walk up and start dance talking?
Yes.
Alright, dance talk out.
Are you treated well here?
It kind of like shifts on the rock and its body shifts lava lamp style. Yes.
Held here against your will.
I'll text on the phone. He is in great pain. He yearns for freedom. It is an unquenchable fire.
Lol.
If you're actually trying to convince us of this, I'm going to roll to see if you're lying.
Would I even need to roll? It's kind of like, I talked to him alone.
I don't know. It depends on how much effort you want to put into it. I can't say. You gotta figure out if you're like, trying to actually bamboozle these people.
I mean,
Also,
can't you
big
bamboozle us with
bamboozle.
dance to convey
Multiples
your
of us
thing?
have the ability to talk to this thing as well. I can literally talk to anyone
Yeah.
living in the city.
I think it's pretty clear what my agenda is.
This is all in your guys' hands.
So I knew goats were full of shit, but I didn't quite realize.
You're saying this god is being held against its will?
So do you want to kill it or them or both? Question mark.
Who are we killing and how many numbers?
I think we should put an end to this zoo.
You're like the hyper elves. Like houses are slavery, houses are evil. Don't live in
Houses
houses.
are slavery.
I mean, they do it.
That'd be the best. Like that'd be the dark turning point at the end of the season. I'm Hyper Alpha
Fucking
Omega.
living in a house that keeps you safe. That's so
Our
evil.
city is a prison unto the people. We should destroy it and prevent it from growing.
Bitch said what? About my city?
Resistance 16.
What I don't
Oh,
understand.
no. There's no way these three gods can throw resistance at you guys. What
No,
would
no.
they do?
He will throw
Ah, there
resistance
you
on
go.
the city.
What I don't get is, did you actually ask them if they wanted to leave?
Not in so many words.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Hey, buddy, you wanna leave? The god.
Outside hurt.
Ah. Outside does hurt. I mean, remember when we fought that giant lizard robot? That hurt.
Harak just kind of stares off. Because it doesn't remember that because it wasn't part of that combat.
No, I'm talking to Mathiel here. That's giving me the looks.
Could this be with our greater gifts? Could the injuries of this creature be healed? Does God be healed?
Probably an adventure to fix it up. You have to find the proper cells and healing stuff.
What would the point be?
I'm curious. I just
Because I was fast, he might know how to heal God.
Foss would definitely know.
I'm gonna fix this. He just explodes.
I'm going to lobotomize you.
Well, you
and
remember
if
the
do
solution to how do I teach my followers to fly?
Exactly.
look.
Don't
I've
trust
healed them
monster
all.
shit.
See, I've taken them and I've sewn them together
There's
and
this-
increased their power, and
there's
now I've made them
zero-
want to eat everyone.
There's 0 wounded gods left. 0.
There is no difference between a living body and a dead one.
Now it's called the Huarkian Chaos Spawn and takes up 3/4 of the continent. Oh, by the way, your city's been crushed.
It was a prison anyway.
That's why we don't ask Frost for help.
Well, we've learned the dark secret of this place, so I suppose we can move on. The dark secrets that, they're protecting gods who would have died otherwise. Because, the god genocide. That's still going on. If they saw a god, they would probably eat it.
Well, should we have a solo adventure here, Mathiel, to go to Faust and ask for some divine wisdom?
Kill them all. Kill them all, man.
I
To the
don't
sword.
see any reason.
I don't see any reason to bring Faust into this.
Because healing things.
I think
She
we're-
doesn't want to heal them. She wants to kill them.
I mean,
I want to let them go.
Yeah, you want to kill them.
But they don't want to go.
Better
You
death
said.
than interment.
They're not in
Better
internment.
dead than
They're
red.
safe.
I mean,
just specifically said, it's like, I was hurt on the outside, it's safer here.
I mean, there were some tales of like people surviving some sort of city-destroying, calamities in prison. So,
I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Yeah, you slurred that out, I'm afraid.
Well, there were some calamities that they destroyed city, like I don't know, volcanoes or whatever, and some people survive being in prison cells because they're so bunkered up and so on. Oh, by luck.
There you go.
Well, Matthias, how do you want to play this? You just start punching people? They're like, well, I guess we're in combat now, guys. You're on my side, right?
They're pacifists, right?
That doesn't mean they won't defend
they
them.
defend
They'll
themselves.
just open the cages.
What's this we?
I mean,
You could use freedom if you really
Yeah,
want.
go to
and
freedom.
do that. It's
Everything
really good
open.
for that sort of thing.
it's like, oh, is it feeding time?
Yeah, they're just gonna flop around.
They are. They're literally going to be like... Some of them might go back into their little, pens.
But if they flop around with open doors, that's better.
Well,
It's morally correct.
Yeah.
under freedom, you can sever some connections people have. It's like,
Oh, really? We didn't know that. We didn't know that was the one power.
I'm
he kept
sorry,
using.
I'm brainstorming here, Devin.
I know. It's like, you're bringing it up as if it's new, but that's literally what Magiel keeps threatening everyone with. It's like the one power in her arsenal. I'm not saying what you're saying is bad, it's just, there's this one gift called Mathiel's almost used power.
So you could try severing the
I
linkage
just
to those-
realized something. I can fly.
You can fly. Oh, god damn you now. You piece of shit.
So you could sever their connections. Like, the caretakers of those things. And so
Well, I don't mind if they care for them. I just don't want them to be locked up.
So miracle of freedom, destroy all the walls, shatter all the chains.
I'm gonna miracle liberators cry to open their cages.
What does that do? I don't know what that does.
With
I'm
the
gonna
shout or
pause.
exertion of will, all desire.
Alright, so Mathiel's gonna Liberator's Cry, the 3 gods. They're gonna resist you.
Okay.
They're gonna spend effort to save. They choose to remain prisoners.
Well then, to the
As
sword.
long as they're choosing.
Alright, we gave them a choice, and now it's okay.
Yeah.
Now it's okay to kill them because they chose wrong.
No, Exalted.
We take their crowns.
Yeah, those crowns are powerful artifacts. Powerful artifacts. Think of what Lothar could do with 3 of those.
Stuck them.
You'd have so many defensive dispels.
Win the triple crown.
Yeah.
So how does it work when they resist?
They get a save against your gift, don't they?
Depends on what kind of god they are. If they're like actual gods in the same way we are.
Oh, the
then
gift
they-
doesn't have a saving throw?
It's
Oh, then it
beneficial.
just happens. Well, yeah, but you could always kind of make a save against things you don't want to happen to you. Alright, well, in that case, you cast on them, and they just, like, they'll either crawl into their caves, or they'll go away from you.
My work here is done.
Put the fucking baby gate lock on.
Well, that sure was something.
Yeah, they bring you to the last part where they talk about the importance of conserving our natural resources for the
Do they
future.
freak out about that at all?
No, they don't really register that anything happened.
Okay.
It's like, oh no, doors swung open. I
The
guess.
doors swing open for them if they try to leave. Like, if they try to escape the prison opens for them. They don't try to escape. So nothing happened. You just walked up and you ran around the petting zoo petting people.
Yeah.
So they bring you to the last dome where they show the video where like a famous person you don't recognize talks about the importance of preserving our natural resources for future generations to learn from these majestic endangered creatures and conservation and thanking you for your time and stuff. And there are shirts and water bottles and they give you pamphlets for more. These are books that you could read for
And
more
here's a
information.
donation box.
Yeah, no, donations are always accepted of like weapons or warships or whatever.
Would you like to leave the furious kid here to
Extra
retirement?
And then they're like, okay, that's it. We're done. Have yourself a wonderful time on the opposite side of this door, labeled exit.
Where's the egress?
I guess we just leave.
Alright, you had a great time looking at the gods. You got to gawk at 3 deities.
Freed them from slavery.
You did. You freed them from slavery.
Liberated.
I feel very good about myself.
This picture, like we let out the snake, it slithers out, and then a giant hawk swoops down. Flies off.
Why is everyone looking at me?
It wasn't even a god; it was just a giant hawk.
I'm breaking it.
Quaid's not going to go into the ocean. There are giant, octopus that'll, get it.
They're giant. Those things we just killed was like a half hour ago.
Right? They'll be like, no, I don't want a giant squid to kill me like it would a whale.
I mean, they probably swam right by Manticorp. They've just whaled them.
Yeah.
This is for
Turn
research.
into oil and ambergris.
We're doing this for research, guys.
You want this bucket of Quaida ambergris?
Why, yes, I do. I want to make some perfume out of this.
Yeah, we made some perfume out of him. We call it pathetique. That would be the most mud in your face possible. Mantel frees Quaida. Quaida gets whaled by Manticore, and then they try to sell you perfume and thank you for it.
To the sword. So, I guess we're wrapping.
Or you got anything else you want to do this session?
I don't think so.
I was just like, I don't know what to do with myself after that.
Like, if they're open to it, I can have some people be here. They're good healers and stuff, but they're specifically worshiping certain people.
I'll grow them a forest so they have some, food and stuff.
Worship is probably life for these ones, so
Yeah, they worship the gods, a triple pantheon. That's why it's crammed with 3 little
I
gods.
mean, for the gods, worship is like the thing sustaining them. So if we came in and we're like, here's some other people, they'll get you to worship us.
Oh, they're all like, oh, no, thank you.
I mean, we can bring our
So
own people.
Lothar will set this place up as a spot for a pilgrimage, and
Yeah, it's a wildlife conservation.
It's a sightseeing tour.
it's edutational.
This isn't SeaWorld. This isn't Blackfish.
It actually is
Quaid's
educational
fins are
too. It
curling
teaches them
inward.
stuff about the future,
Yeah.
and in a more physical sense. Like you can read about it, but
Yeah,
actually going and seeing
Compared
it.
to most of the other future claves you run into, Lothar is like
When
I have
Lothar
an issue with these people.
When Lothar grows senile, this is how you should treat him. This is how you treat an old birdie.
Yeah, this is where you guys are going to end up. They're going to open up a trash chute for you. When you get old and crazy.
When the city swallows this place up, and it's just a zoo.
It's going to be like the Mad Titan exhibit. They're going to be giving you Acer and Faye kibble. It's like ground up Acerin Bay. It's like,
This one's fucking a rock. It's so stupid.
Lothar will just polymorph into like the equivalent of like a Stanley Park seagull. Just like absurdly strong and like just randomly like taking whatever it wants and beating people up in the park.
He's so sentimental, he forgets to turn back, so it's just him as a seagull forever.
Bird, bird,
Or a
bird.
pigeon, yeah.
like Tobias from Animorphs.
It's got like strength 20.
That name is ruined for me.
I know, right? Tobias Skin K.
Yeah.
Or the other one where they trapped him in the body of a rat and left him on an island.
That
full
was
of
not
rats.
Tobias.
That was a different guy.
That was
yeah.
David. I remember that. Alright, well, after this calm and confusing conclusion, you guys, what, go back to your city and oversee the Shatter Dome being built?
Seems wise.
So,
I've got
Some
a
of
lot of
us do.
funerals to
Some
plan.
of us
Some
do
of
other
us.
things.
That's right, right, you go to your secret place.
It's not even a secret place, it's just in the city.
It's a place we don't go to.
I just go to one of the Starbucks and open my laptop to do work.
Okay. Well, one last thing that'll happen before the end of the session, like the end. Do I have music for this? Oh, no, too dark. So, bright lights happen in the distance of the city, to the north, where Manticore is. And a lot of fire. Like the horizon's lit up at night.
Oh.
It looks like there's a large thing flying straight up from Manticore with like rocket assists on it.
Are they leaving?
Satellites, maybe?
It looks like a ship. And there's like a cord tied to the butt of it that's flying up.
Are they gonna break the ceiling?
They're flying towards the moon. It looks like it's directly overhead.
I don't know if I
They're
care about that.
They got reel it in for parts.
Oh
God,
we
we
only had one. Gets about a third of the way up before a cable is shot out from the front of it on also like a nose cone that goes into the moon and actually see it impact after a while. Like it's a very drawn out,
It's a space elevator.
cutscene-y space elevator process. But it hits the moon and it drills in, and you can like see if you zoom in on the crater that's actually like anchoring and like tightening, and the space elevator is continuing up. Then it starts to go sideways, then it starts to go red, and the whole thing detonates and explodes in the sky.
The moon?
No. The space elevator.
Okay.
Because that was not like that was a legitimate concern
It
considering
is,
the
it
level.
is.
Oh,
Of
did they just kill the moon? Why? What
It
did
hadn't
the moon do
hatched
to
yet.
you?
So it have parts just flying about. Really easy to pick up.
So whatever that experiment was, they fucked up.
Yeah, the rocket didn't make it. I don't have the name of any rocket ship failing that didn't have people on board to reference, so
Let's
it
not.
just failed to go up.
They were probably trying to go through a hole, I guess? I don't know.
They're setting up a space elevator.
So debris raining down, there's fire in the sky. That impact site on the moon is cracked and it's like twisting and getting tight, and there's actually like a dragging motion happening on it.
Guys, all those vampires live in the moon.
I thought like giant worms lived on the moon.
Little column A, little column B.
Perhaps we should send a message to the. I'd just like to point out that they blame the gods, for causing the destruction of the epistle. But if that sort of thing keeps going on, isn't that going to destroy the world?
I mean, the gods
they-
never destroyed the epistle.
Oh, I thought you were saying we should send him like a fruit basket. Like, sorry about your rocket ship. That's kind of like
Totally nothing to do with it.
because I'm on board with doing that.
Word of moon.
Moon!
I'm curious what happened.
It just failed. Rockets sometimes don't go up.
I'm worried about the moon.
I would be too.
Yeah, it's tilting awfully fast compared to how it usually tilts. Like
Do
it's,
we
on,
have-
it's on a spin.
Do we have a situation where we have 30 days until it?
Yeah, I think
No,
it's gonna
it's-
crash into the world.
It's getting smaller.
It's
Push
flying
it away.
Did they push it away?
It looks like it's getting a little smaller. And kind of tilting over the horizon a bit.
They threw it off the fucking world!
Yeah, that's a problem. The world's sun's bounced. Its counterweight is the moon.
Can we go get it? You're strong!
We'll get some
Go get it!
astronauts.
There's a string on the balloon!
I believe that is significantly above, but I can try. I think I'll need a
Someone
hell of a
else
lot
has
of help.
dragon strength.
Yeah. I mean, we'll all go on the next adventure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the moon has cracks in it, and it's getting a little smaller and spinning a bit.
So it's not actually getting smaller, it's getting further away.
Yes.
Okay,
It's not losing air.
just wanting to clarify. You kept saying it was getting smaller. And I
This
was
one's
like,
small, that one's far.
Can the kitten get
No, it
that?
got hit, so
Can the
like a
kitten,
mushroom on Mario.
Can the kitten get that far? Or are we going to need some sort of propulsion device?
he can shoot us in a rocket.
Yeah, I could tie you all to a rocket.
Don't copy their plans. We need a better rocket.
Or we could just like make 5 Thea bodies and rocket them all onto the moon.
I can only do one at a time.
Oh, that's
No, you
pity.
can make multiple ones. You only have it one at a time.
But
No, I
With
can make as many as I want, but I can only, exactly. I can
Exactly.
only
I
have
have
one at
a
a time. So
question.
So you have backups in case you die.
Can we just fly up there, or does that work? Or
I don't know if the air gets.
Oh, once you leave the atmosphere, you're going to take other sorts of damage if you're not immune to it.
Vacuum damage.
yeah, I was wondering if that was an actual thing, if the physics for that existed in Epistle.
Outside of the plate that is the Evicting Epistle, it is the boiling, roiling hate storm of chaos. That thing will shred you to death.
But isn't the moon still inside?
It was.
Well, the moon is on like a counterbalance with the sun, and like sometimes they like also overlap. So now it's coming off its balance. If only someone who made the moon could be contacted for assistance, for user support.
No.
I'm assuming that Foss made the moon.
I mean, he helped at least.
I mean, it's not alive, so perhaps.
This is.
Unless it hasn't hatched yet.
I'd like to point out that
There are several moons on the
there are
Earth.
2 possibilities. One is that we go talk to Faust and he gives us good idea or bad ideas that we can act on. The other alternative is that Faust may try and do something himself. And that scares me. And I see.
Deeply.
Why don't we destroy that one and make a better moon? And launch that into space, it'll be our moon.
That sounds like it'll take a lot of effort.
Bit of Dominion.
Who would stop us?
We'll just, get a pool cue and just line it up just right and knock the other one right into chaos.
Well,
I could put
Quarter
a city up there.
I guess we could make our own moon, but like, can we make it in enough time?
It's just an idea.
I think we need to leave now. It's happening fast.
Well, fast is a relative term, guys.
Right? Like by the time we notice that the moon's kind of off skew again, it'll be like 6 months later. It'll be because the sunlight, the moonlight's not as good.
And then the sun is like trying to go above the horizon. It's dipping down because it's wildly off axis.
It's making my vampires very uncomfortable. We need to deal with this now, I guess. Now that it's personally inconveniencing me.
But yeah, Manticore tried to set up a space elevator to the moon, and that did not work out as you thought it would.
That sounds about right for Manticore.
All right. Well, I think that will wrap up on that note. So I was Devin,
Nicole.
Tyler?
Kevin.
Peter.
Mark.
and this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.